Attention, please. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
Are we live?
We live, baby, for real this time.
See, that was your fault because I always check in with you first.
Man, you right. You right.
Ooh, I gotta get that in writing.
Oh, I would always say you right because I don't believe in right and wrong. So saying it sounds good. You right, you get it right, you get it right.
You know what? I can't stand you. All right, so want to do the introduction or just start from the top
Just
with the
do
topic?
your thing. Just flow with it.
All right, so we're gonna stick with the topic.
Okay.
Double standards versus hypocrisy. For those who are not aware of what hypocrisy is, it's being a hypocrite. So, the first question that I have for everyone, and for those on YouTube, on IG, you can put your answer in the comment section. And the question is there a difference between double standards and hypocrisy? Naji?
Yeah, I think it can be, for sure. It can be a difference in understanding. Like the hypocrisy is more so like a personal thing, and I think the double standards is more like a wider base type of thing. Like that makes sense, or it's more broad. So I think it can be, but it also depends on the two individuals or the two people that's claiming the double standards. Because a lot of times when the double standards is beneficial to one party, they go with that, and then when it's no longer beneficial to them, they feel like there's a big double standards there, and they don't like that. So it just depends on that. But the hypocrisy and double standards, there is a form of it being different for sure.
Okay. Tuan, is there a difference for you between double standards and hypocrisy?
Is he talking?
I don't know. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
So a little bit it is some, double standard, if I'm getting it correctly, double standard, something like, oh, you going through court or something like that. And being like a hypocrite is like, you say you're going to do something, you say you're going to do something, but you don't stand on your word. So, yeah, it's a little different.
All right, so I agree with the both. Double standards is definitely something that pertains to society, right? It's a gender thing, whereas hypocrisy is one of those do as I say, not as I do, right? Double standards actually have standards with it. It comes with a set of standards that we abide by, whereas hypocrisy has absolutely zero standards. That doesn't stand on anything, which now makes me ask this question. Beep. Is it possible to accept double standards and not be a hypocrite?
That's a good question. Hold on now. Accept double standards and not be a hypocrite. Yeah, I think it's possible to do that.
How so?
I would say it's possible to do that just because of the acceptance of the double standards is more so understanding that it's there. So you accept the fact that it's there. And then the not being a hypocrite is understanding that people see things a certain way when they're in it and not having the awareness to understand what's going on. So sometimes they need to go to certain things to help them understand that.
Okay. Tuan, is it possible to accept double standards and not be a hypocrite?
No, no, on both. No. You can't, you
I
can't,
think you're
Your,
breaking
your,
up.
your mic is cutting up.
no, you can't be. You can't be. You know, matter of fact, hold on.
Sure. And while Tuan is getting his audio together for those on IG, thank you for tuning in and dropping by. If you want to join the discussion, interact and engage in the comment section for those already in here, let's get those likes up. Let's start engaging with each other in the comments. We got an IG here with nothing to do, and
Yeah,
that's what he likes to do. You know, we got the comment guy here. So if you want to join in, tune in, going over to YouTube at His and Her Yang Media TV, and that's where you'll find us live. Tuan. Oh,
oh,
okay.
all right, just send it up to last
Did I
person.
accept the right one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the audio was better.
No, like I said, you can't accept it. You can't accept a person. You can't accept a person that's being double. You know what I mean? Hypocrite. You can't accept something that's being hypocritical on something. Because if that's the case, you're gonna be hypocritical about everything you say out your mouth. You know what I mean? If you continue on dealing with that person, so why continue on dealing with it? So double standards, like this, I take it double standard is where as though you deal with the court or something. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna let you, you know what I mean, put me in a double standard situation where as though it'll come back towards me twice. No. So no, that's my theory on it.
Yeah, I don't think it is possible to accept double standards and not be a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to explain why.
Um,
Because it's not a what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
mm-hmm.
So, in other words, oh, yeah, it's okay for me to or not to, but it's not acceptable for you to or not to. Double standards is literally built on hypocrisy, being a hypocrite, being hypocritical. See, I knew I'd get you, Naj, because I knew you were going to say yeah, because I thought about it too. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, you could accept a double standard, without having to be hypocritical. But then I'm thinking, but no, because I'm saying that, well, what's good for me should not be acceptable for you. Like, I like to use the women, the ladies getting in clubs for free,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And men have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
It's great if I can get in for free.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get in for free, one or two things are going to happen. Either
Mhm.
I got to pay or the club is going out of business.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I don't, and because that's the case, there is really no fairness
Mm-hmm.
in double standards.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair at all. But I do see where it's equal.
So yeah, okay. I see where you were going with it, but how I see it is as understanding the acceptance of both of them is understanding you can accept them as this is a double standard and this is being a hypocrite, like just being able to accept that. You don't For me is understanding like it's possible to just accept it for what it is, type of thing. So that's how I'm looking at it when it's like, okay, is it possible to accept that life isn't fair? Yes, it's possible to accept that. Is it possible to accept that the clouds won't come up? Yeah, it's one of those things where it's possible to accept it for sure, just based on the question that you ask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you got out of that one nicely. All right, and I got 8 questions too, and I'm glad that we're getting through these pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But because I know that there's going to be a few where we may be stuck on it for a while.
Okay.
Because I don't know, I'm in a devil advocate's mood this
Hey,
evening.
I love this trick because I ain't gonna lie. Like when I'm like, damn, I like that reason. I'm sitting when you do your research, I'm like, damn it. I want Trinity to go first so I can hear what she gonna say to. So I'm like, okay, I see where she was going. Even with Twan when he's saying it, I'm like, I didn't think of it. Okay, I see where he's going with this. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So here's the next question: are double standards necessary? And if so, why or why not?
Trinity.
Twan?
Your audio still kind of. Wait, say something. It's going in and out. We can barely hear you.
No, it's not. Why would you need double standard? First of all, you know what I'm saying? Double standard can go so many messed up ways. So, I mean, in a way, it can teach you a lesson, and sometimes it can get you. It could get you in a real bad position for it. So, in a way, you might need it. Somewhere you might not. You don't need it. No.
Which double standard could you do without?
Me neither.
Huh?
Me none. I'm not be able to do with no double standard at all.
You said get rid of, right?
Yeah.
Like if you could take a double standard away in today's society, which one would you want to take away? Like maybe it's blacks.
Court
Okay.
system.
Mm-hmm.
The shit that goes on in the court system and the shit they get to do when, you know what I mean, when they know they doing things they ain't supposed to be doing and they doing it anyway. So
That makes sense.
so yeah, I would take away half of the rights they have to make it even. You know what I'm saying? To
Mm-hmm.
make it the way it's supposed to be. Because the rights they have, it's like you don't have no rights once you go in front of them. So they say you do, but you really don't. Double standard.
I'm gonna have to agree with the court system a bit. Um, it's just unfair. It's I don't even know what to call it. I don't. It appears like it's a double standard where the woman will automatically get the child. Why? Because she's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Not that she's a good mother,
Mm-hmm.
not that she's a good provider, but simply because she's a woman. So it's based in gender,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But the more I think about it, it's like it seems to be more like a cash cow, right? A
Mm-hmm.
way to get people to pay money into a system, into their system.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I would consider that as a double standard, although there are double standards in the court system today. And I'm with Juan. For me, I would give the child to the father. If you want to leave, you leave your whole family. That's just my take. You know, if you want to claim abuse, you have to have records. You have to have hospital records. You have to have police records.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a record of this abuse because I don't know where these women find all these abusive men, but apparently I don't go outside enough to be bopped upside my head by men who are abusing women just at random. They just wake up one day and like, wow, just want to knock somebody's head off. You know what I mean? So that's probably why I don't go outside. Y'all too violent for a girl like me. But yeah, the court system is definitely holding to a double standard. Even in divorces, automatic or alimony. You know what I mean? Some kind of child support payment. And I don't mind that the man has to pay for his child, but let's be real. What these women are getting is not for their child.
100%.
Okay, they're not using it for the child. So I would definitely agree with him with the double standards in the court system. Are double standards necessary? Yeah, I think double standards are very necessary, and probably for the silliest reason one can find. It gives us purpose. It gives us purpose. You know, um, men are supposed to work and women are supposed to stay home. All right, that's direction, right? Or it's more
Mhm.
acceptable for a woman to live with her family until she meets that man and marries him and then moves out and then moves in with him, right? Or they get a place together.
Mhm.
And it's more acceptable than it is for a man to be living with his family and then only when he gets that woman that's going to be his wife does he move out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So there is a double standard there, but that makes sense though. I think that's necessary. One, it lets it lets the boy become a man.
Mhm.
You understand? It
Mhm.
allows him practice to be able to provide for himself,
Mhm.
right? It also allows him to build up his self esteem, his
Mhm.
confidence, right? He's
Mhm.
able to move through life with a sense of, you know,
Mhm.
you could,
Purpose.
you could both become,
A certainty. Yeah.
that's the word, right?
Mhm.
Whereas the woman, if she stays home, right, and she's not living with guys and all that, chances are she'll be less jaded. But
Mhm.
also, if she's staying home with family, remember I said family, she's
Mhm.
also supposed to be learning how to be a wife. So
Mhm.
she's supposed to be, staying with family, but doing the duties that she would be doing when she moves in with her husband.
Mhm.
I think that's pretty cool. Um, I really love the idea of, I get anything for free. So, yeah, me getting into clubs free, I think that's very necessary. You know what I'm saying? You want to get a girl to get out the house, you
Mhm.
got to offer her a drink. And
Mhm.
her buying one ain't going to get you no shot, if you know what I'm saying. So, that makes sense.
Mhm.
And when it's free, the women come out. They're coming out with their girls. They're coming out with their female family members, right? We're going to pack up the club. And now you got a club full of option. So men are going to come out. Men are going to come out and spend money. So,
100%.
so yeah, it's definitely important. Should I say not important, but I think double standards are necessary.
Mhm.
It civilizes us.
Mhm.
It categorizes us. It allows for order.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people are against order so much so that they just reject everything that has to do with order,
Mhm.
such as double standards, but not outside the court system. I'm just talking about in terms of where a woman goes, well, if men can sleep around, why can't I sleep around? Because then you'll be a slut. Like, really? Must we go through this?
Mhm.
Why do you want all of those appendages just going in and out of your inner viscous?
Wow, I
Why?
ain't never heard of said
Why?
that.
Why is that okay? Not to mention you're gonna have a brain-body chemical reaction that's going to leave you jaded after a while. So that's why it's not good for women because we emotionally bond with a man that we give our inner soul to. We are receiving men. Men are just entering and exiting, but we are receiving. We are allowing. That's the most time. That is the only time we are the most submissive is when we are sexually active with a man. That is the only time we are always submissive. So then, why would I want to be submissive to this person, submissive to that person, myself to that person, submissive? Like now, I'm worthless. I'm just a for the streets type chick. Okay, so with that being said, let's move on.
Hold on, I never answered. Oh, I didn't get
Oh,
it.
my bad, my
You
bad,
good?
my
You
bad,
good? It's
my bad.
fine. I was just gonna.
I'm used to you going first. That's all.
Yeah, I would, but it was the same response. I was gonna say one is necessary because the fact that it's here, and two, the double standards help bring awareness to what's going on. Like if everything was the same, then you wouldn't be able to really see the double standards and things to have the awareness to recognize, oh, this is helping me in some way, shape, or form, or fashion, or I wouldn't be in this experience. So it's bringing some type of awareness to me because without that double standard, like you were saying earlier about the men having the drive and confidence try to get the woman and whatnot, and the woman learning how to be a certain ways for that man to come get her. It's one of those things where once you understand it, it does has its benefits. It just depends on how you're looking at it. And even with the court system, it's as wild as it is. What people don't get when it comes to the court system is the fact that the court system is just outdated. So it's following the laws that were made back then. So back then, women were considered the ones who took care of the kids. So regardless, no matter what, we're gonna give a woman a kid type of thing, because they don't understand, like, women, a lot of women who have babies now weren't being moms like they were raised. It's like it's not the same. And I think they are missing that because of how the laws were structured back then. And I think they're still moving from that kind of mindset when it's just outdated.
I can't stand you. Already answered my next question, the question after this one, but that's okay. Um, I'm going to ask it. I'm hoping I asked it in a way that it won't seem like you just answered the goddamn question.
It won't. It won't. I'm telling you, it won't. I want to
All
respond.
right. All right, we'll see. So you ready? But this is
Mhm.
not the question I was talking about, though.
Mm-hmm.
Is it human nature to be hypocritical? Go ahead, talk. Najee, you're ready.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially when we're feeling some type of way. You don't even recognize, like, yeah, absolutely, 100%. It's human nature, because it's almost like our survival, like, instinct to be that way. You have to be more alert, and especially with understanding the environment in which we were raised and grew up in. It's almost a form of it's a survival type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
More alert, but you don't realize, like, oh, they get to do this, but it's like, oh, you telling them not to do something, but you're doing this to that person. It's just like, oh damn, I am doing it to that person. So it's just one of those things where we don't realize we do it, especially when we get triggered, or especially when we think a person hurt us, and it's like, I would never do you that way. And it's just like, what happened to how did you do your ex before? And it's just like, oh, well, damn, here I am telling you it's wrong for you to do me this way, when I just did the last person the same way. And it's one of those things. And it's like, oh damn, okay. You don't realize it when it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun type of thing.
Yeah, it kind of makes it weird and awkward to be chased by your meal. Yeah, very uncomfortable predicament. Um, all right, so I'll go next.
Mm-hmm.
Is it human nature to be hypocritical? Absolutely, yes. In fact, we do it every time we judge someone for doing something. We are literally doing it the same thing at that very moment. There's never a time will you ever find yourself judging somebody on their actions without, one, setting a standard that you yourself are not living up to because,
Mm-hmm.
well, you're not living up to it in that moment. But two, what you're doing is revealing truly who you really are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because it's a thing of me, right? Me versus you,
Mm-hmm.
me versus them, me
Mm-hmm.
versus they. Well, then that means that I have to become hypocritical because it's self-preservation.
Yep.
And
Survival.
it's self-preservation not in terms of where I think that my physical is in danger.
Mm-hmm.
Self-preservation is where I'm preserving my feelings. Because that's all that we really try to preserve are our
Mm-hmm.
feelings. We don't like
100%.
to hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
don't like to feel less than. We don't
Mm-hmm.
like to feel abandoned, rejected, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may
Mm-hmm.
be. So what we tend to do is that we do become hypocritical in
Mm-hmm.
terms of what's good for me is not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do as I say, but don't do as I do. You need to do as I say because what I'm telling you is the right thing to do. But don't follow me because Lord knows God's still working on me. Don't do what I do because I
Mm-hmm.
haven't gotten it quite right yet. But I need you to get it
Mm-hmm.
quite right already right now for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how that always happens. So it's one of
Mm-hmm.
those do as I say, you should do this and you should do that and you should do the other. But when it's my time, it's I have justifications,
Mm-hmm.
I have reasons, I have
Mm-hmm.
trauma. Lord knows I got PTSD, OTT, ACC, ABD, all of those ADHDs and all the 3-4 letter acronyms you can find. Your girl got it. So Just work with me. Be patient with me while I still mess up. But the moment you mess up, I'm going to talk about you.
Hell yeah, it's over with for you. It's over with. But for sure, that's funny.
You know, it's weird, but it helps protect us.
Hundred
It
percent.
helps protect us from being taken advantage of, right? It helps protect us in terms of where we don't have to become overly exerted, right? We're not going to be exhausted trying to do everything. You know, the workload is kind of like, you know, evened out somewhat, and it provides a sense of balance and harmony, and it allows for, you know, people to come together. And I'm talking about double standards, not hypocrisy. Double standards. Hypocrisy just sucks. It's necessary, but it sucks. Right? So I kind of touched on that. So now it's your turn to answer. Either
Wait,
Twan
it's
or not.
Twan. Oh,
If anything at all, what are double standards good for? I don't know why I got a question mark after all, but I'm sorry for my bad grammar.
everybody knew what you meant. So if they think you asked two questions, she didn't ask two questions. That's not supposed to be there. So it's cool.
And y'all can y'all can use bad punctuation one time, because that's what I did. I give y'all one time.
Half of one time. You give them less than what you just half of one time.
Well, damn it! I like to be a little bit fair.
No.
No?
Double being a hypocrite is fair.
Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm working on not being fair. Listen, just be patient with me, okay?
I got you.
I'm trying to imperfect myself.
There it is.
If anything at all, what are double standards good for?
Double standards are good for bringing awareness, helping you understand yourself. I think it's one of those things where it's like once you are able to be in this experience, and you like, even I'll just use the court system. If a person goes through that experience, it's like, damn, let me learn more. For me, it's like, let me use this as a way to learn about how the system works. Let me use this as a way. So it's because it's really understanding how the game works. So it's like that double standard could cause you, okay, now I went through that experience. Let me learn from that experience. Let me learn how to not put myself in a position to where somebody can use the double standard against me in a way in which I'm not ready for. So I think it could be a benefit in that.
Okay, I like that. Twan, what you got?
What is it?
Oh, if anything at all, what are double standards good for?
Repercussions.
How so?
That's all it's good for is the repercussions. Because double standard, like I said, for court systems, that's all it is repercussions. Whatever you do or how you do it, when you do it, is all it's good for is repercussions.
So, with the double standards that is experienced is really not good for the family, but really just good for repercussions.
In my book, yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. All right, where's the next one? Oh,
Did you go?
I started it off. Remember,
Oh,
I
yeah,
double
you did.
standards are good for, and I went on my whole freaking my mini monologue.
And we was because you were on point.
And that's why I started it. Yeah. So here's the one that I was talking about. Who's setting these standards we live by? Where the hell do they come
from? Man, I'm like, bruh, can y'all think outside? We just why are we still living by? What y'all doing? Why the world still trying to live by rules that was set back then?
Because it's working still. It worked.
It worked to a certain extent.
So, what double standards back then would not work today?
what double standards back then would not work today.
Hmm.
Well, it will all work in some way. Yeah, it will all work in some way.
So why stop what's working? Why stop doing
Well,
what's
well,
working?
it's because the people in the standards aren't the same. So the way they view these experiences aren't really the same. Like I use men and women back then. Men and women were raised and they grew up differently from how the men, like in the 60s and the 40s, they grew up differently from how the kids grew up in the 80s or the 70s and the 80s. So it's just understanding like as we progress further and further, a lot of the stuff that they were living by back then gets washed away because we're changing almost like how we're living.
Right, which is not working.
That's and,
That's the
and that's
problem.
what
The changes that we're making today, I would have to argue and say it's not working for the results that we want.
but
But the way the things were done back then, just in terms of nature, just in terms of mindset and
Mhm.
attitude, that's the only thing that changed. I need you to understand something. We haven't changed so much to where we've evolved out of attitudes and mindsets in
Mhm.
terms of values, in terms of ethics. Ethics is how we move amongst each other.
Mhm.
How has that changed? It shouldn't have.
It's more
So
perspective.
no, it's good to be respectful, right? There's no perspective on that. If everyone was respectful, it's a good thing.
But
When
then what is the standards for what means for a
what's
person?
respectful?
Yeah, that's where it's kind
Thinking
of
thinking about putting that's where you use compassion. That's where you put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You understand? This is how
Mhm.
you treat people the way you want to be treated. That's ethical. So if you
But
don't want to be treated like shit, which most people don't, when you
mhm.
really go to the bottom of the line, they will only accept it because it may
Mhm.
be something that, is all that they know. But they don't
Mhm.
really want to be treated like dog poo. They
Mhm.
don't. We don't.
Mhm.
Nobody does.
Mhm.
So if everybody treated everybody else with respect, the same respect first that they would want to receive next, that sets the standards. That sets the measurement. If you
Y-
treat people the way you want to be treated.
But the issue with that would means you would think that your standards set the value for how people should be treated. So if I'm treating you the way I want you to treat me, what if you don't want me to treat you the same way? What
Why
if
would I
you
not want you to treat me kind?
but I'm not saying your perspective of what it means to be kind and my perspective might be two
Okay,
different.
but you know what we will both agree on? How kindness feels to us on the inside. You see, that's how we can measure something, right?
Hmm.
In terms of our feeling. Those are universal.
Yeah.
Anger is anger all across the board. There
Hmm.
is no special snowflake. There's
100%.
nothing that
Yeah.
defines,
Yeah. It's
right?
not a
That's
yeah.
a universal thing. So that's what
Hmm.
we can use universal language. And we use universal language in
Hmm.
terms of feeling, hence compassion and empathy. I
Hmm.
know what kindness feels like. I know how to, how to extend kindness. So
Hmm.
I know two things: what it feels like
Hmm.
and how to extend the feeling of
Hmm.
kindness out of me onto somebody else.
Hmm.
That's universal, hun.
Hmm.
All right. Now, I know you want to argue this about, but how can you say that, well, you smiling at me and waving good morning to me may be kind. To me, you may be thinking, I may be thinking that you're thinking something. Well, then get therapy. Okay.
No, no, I
Because
wasn't. I wasn't gonna go in that direction. But that is almost one of the directions I could have went in for sure. But I was gonna go more in the direction of people aren't. Is one of those things where people aren't kind. People really aren't kind to themselves. Like so, if a person is a cutting themselves or they want to kill them, so it's like treat people the way you want. And it's like it's one of the. And I understand it's one of those things where people really aren't nice to themselves. That's why they project onto other people that way. And I completely understand where it stems from and understand that. But I think it's one of those things where a lot of times people want you to treat them better than how they treat themselves.
absolutely, and I do, and I have to because I always see better about them than they see in their own reflection.
Hmm.
You understand?
Hmm.
Like you said, somebody comes at me aggressive. You know how many people came at me aggressive on our first meeting? A lot of people came at me aggressively when we first met, but
Mhm.
I knew that I still wanted people to treat me kindly.
Mhm.
I know what kind feels like.
Mhm.
I know how to extend kindness. And
Mhm.
upon my doing so, did they return it, did kindness find itself back to me?
Mhm.
You see, that's why I extend these emotional states. Because these emotional states always find themselves returning back to the source from
Mhm.
which they came.
Mhm.
So if I am always angry with a funky ass attitude and cynical as hell, right? Even
Mhm.
pessimistic, I'll even go as far as to say, guess
Mhm.
what? All of those feelings are going to come back to me. It's going to return itself back to me. It's going to find their way home.
Mhm.
So would it not make sense with that logic for me to know with that logic that the best thing for me to do is to treat people how I want to be treated? In other words, shouldn't I not extend the feeling states and the emotional states that I want to have returned back home to me? Does it matter that's nobody else or somebody else or other people don't know what I know in the
Mhm.
way that I know it? No, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna be me.
100%. I don't think there's any. So my thing is, in being you, that's a part of what represents you. That's what your perspective of it's from. Like I treat people the way that I want them to treat me. For me, like you said at the end, I'm just being me. I learned. I'm from the perspective of I understand. Even if I try to treat you kind and nice and whatnot, if you're not accustomed to being treated kindly, you won't be able to receive the kindness that I'm trying to give or extend to you by connecting with you or understanding you or taking the time to get to know you type of thing. So it's one of those things where it, it's it's kind of interesting.
Well, I agree with you in terms of people, we can't decide for others to receive what we give.
Hmm.
But I don't care. My kindness is coming back home to me. You
That's so
understand what
that's
I'm saying?
it's not even a
So
matter of how they.
they don't gotta receive it. You
Yeah.
see, my return is not contingent upon the external. My return is solely based and determined on the internal
Hundred
I'm putting
percent.
out. You understand? So
100%.
yeah, so it's a thing of, well, if it's working, universal language, right, which is
Hmm.
love, and
Hmm.
love, and a part of love, the biggest part of love is letting go,
Hmm.
letting go of someone so that they can be happy even without me, and being here. Maybe it all
Hmm.
depends. I might have packed up and moved by the time you return to come back and be like, I'm sorry. Well,
Hmm.
you're never gonna find me. But depending on how it ended
Hmm.
will determine if you get another chance. But if I do a door slam, oh yeah, you're never getting back into my good grace. In fact, I removed you in love from my consciousness forever. The other day, this is how good I am at it. Somebody was talking to me, right? This lady
Hmm.
was talking to me in
Hmm.
the DM, and she asked me about this other Instagrammer. And she said the girl's name, and I was like, who? And she was like, so and so and so. I was like, wait, I met her? And I was dead ass. I'm like, I met her? She said, yeah, I met her on your live. I'm like, wait, on my live? What's her name? And then she described the girl, and I was like, oh wow, I forgot all about her damn existence. Yo, my bad. Yeah, what about her? You know what I mean? What about her? And then we spoke. But that's just really how good I am at removing someone from my existence. You are like, I never met you. And if I ever get to that space, yeah, that means, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I don't need to practice tolerance that bad anymore. But I think who's setting these standards we live by, honey, I have absolutely no idea. Where do they come from? I was hoping one of y'all would tell me.
Man, that's why I'm always very specific in trying to understand, because people got these. It's the way the world is being. It's an interesting place. It's a very interesting place, but I don't even know where a lot of these standards came from. And I think in learning history, a lot of the standards that we live by in today's society was based on a lot of what was a lot of corporations trying to get workers, like trying to. I'm thinking like the school, like even when it comes to the schooling standards and the prisons, like if you look at how close they are, and it's like that was stemming from them creating these standards, them creating these laws for money, or them to benefit that corporation's or that family member, the oil company, the cars, the electric, like there was somebody benefiting, and a lot of these standards came from those men who were benefiting, especially if you and again religious programming too. That's a good one too. I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, but that's how.
Oh, okay. Huh. Religion. I think these double standards came from misogynistic men. They saw us as the I don't know not misogynistic. Is it misogynistic? Yeah, they weren't prejudiced. They weren't bigots. I don't think they hated women. What is that word? It's not misogyny. What is the word for when a man is like, oh, that's woman's word, or a woman's place is in the what? It starts with a C, I think. Damn it, male chauvinists.
I was about to say chauvinistic.
That's
Oh, damn,
chauvinist.
that's crazy. I was gonna say it literally just. I was about to say chauvinistic wouldn't be it, right? But
Yep.
yeah.
Yep, these
Mhm.
standards, as we're speaking, I'm beginning to think that maybe they were set by chauvinists who
Mhm.
believed that women were weak and
Mhm.
dainty, and
Yeah.
us Brody man, we got to pick up the slack, and and then you had another man who wasn't a chauvinist, right? But who really loved his family and loved his
Mhm.
wife and loved his mama. Don't want his mama to do no hard work. Agreed with the chauvinist, and here we are living today,
Mhm.
2024, talking about double standards sucks, or double standards are great, depending on who's
Mhm.
telling the story.
Who's benefiting? Mhm.
Tuan, who do you think are setting these standards we live by, and where do you believe they came from?
Mm, I guess it'd be your peers. It'd be people around you
Mhm.
that's setting double standards. Could they expect you to be something they are
Mhm.
and that you're not?
Yeah, damn. I didn't even think about that. That makes sense for sure.
Social influence.
Mhm.
Social influence. You see how this is why I like these questions. We all three, even though we may agree on parts, we
Mhm.
really have three unique perspectives on every single topic.
For sure.
You know, and even though you may think, okay, let me speak for myself, right? I don't know how smart y'all are, but even though I may think I can pretty much gauge what you're gonna say, it's like, oh, I never thought of that. Like that's why I like to be calmed down because my eyes are going back and forth,
Yeah.
like everything is processing like a computer. It's like,
That's why I was like, damn, when you was going earlier, I'm like, you gotta go first, cause I need to let me see what she gonna say in which direction. It's one of those things, even when I be making my videos, if I probably record like 10 different videos because I'd be like, I don't want to go in that direction. I don't want to go in that direction. I don't want because there's so many different ways so many different perspectives that you could look from something from. And it's just like, okay, I like that. I'm gonna keep that one type of thing. Cause it's like, okay. And it's like on this panel, it's like, damn, I didn't think even in the comments, that's why I like people commenting. So it's just like, oh damn, I didn't think about that one. It's almost like we're
yeah,
all learning different ways to see things
to
from.
approach it to approach a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I love. That's why I love this panel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, and no one cares. in terms of us three, who thinks like what.
Oh yeah.
We don't care. You find it
I'm not
interesting.
trying to. I'm not trying to prove to you that your thinking perspective is wrong and mine. It's just like, bruh,
Like we're all right. Have you ever considered that maybe we're all right? Duh.
in our own individual, because it's working for us. It got you to be to this point now. So what should understanding that?
Here's another one. Would you say men benefit from double standards more, or the women?
For me, I would say it's a damn, because there's again, I would say, because I'm thinking when I heard this question, men double standards is having sex, men gonna be men, women wanting to do the same. So it's just like, but women have the double standard of they can, like you said earlier, they can get in the club for free. That man, ain't you go to hey bro, all the boys can come to the club. We get in for free for how good we look. Like bruh, what? Man ain't gonna bruh, like you going to the bar, you looking hands like shots on all the girls like oh shots on them dudes over there. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't go to college, campus, schools.
yeah, but it's one of those things where it can benefit. It's like depends on which way you want to go with it, because it's gonna benefit the other party just as equally as the opposite.
All right. Twan, you want to go next, or you want me to go?
What's the question?
Oh, good. Um, would you say men benefit more from double standards, or do women?
Women. Women benefit from it.
Outside the court system, is there other ways that she benefits?
I'm not saying for the court system. She benefit from it all the way around. Social service, when you need food stamps, all you gotta do is say you got these many kids, or you homeless, or you this and snap. They benefit from it. They benefit from it. The women benefit from it more than the men. When men go up there and try to do it or whatever, they gotta go through hell and hot water to get it. You know what I'm saying? To get certain things, housing. You know what I'm saying? You probably a woman go up there with kids. She had 2 kids or 3 kids. She might, and you go there, you might. Yeah, I mean, she'll get it. She'll get it way before you get it. You know what I'm saying? You probably gotta wait 3-4 years before you wind up getting it. She might get it within a year. So it benefit them more than it benefit men.
It's an interesting perspective.
Yeah, well, you ain't say nothing wrong there. You ain't say nothing wrong there. So definitely, I think that, but see, but there's a caveat to my answer. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think women benefit more from double standards. We just are oblivious to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we know how um, privileged we are.
Mm-hmm.
Women are more privileged than men, but women don't want to ever admit that because, well, we put ourselves in situations and positions that, well, we do things harder as opposed to smarter.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
Mm-hmm.
with that being the case, it's like the double standards that women want to have that men have are not the right ones. Like the sleeping around, it's I don't want to emotionally attach to anybody, so I want to sleep around with somebody. Can you do me a favor? Can you have the link to the panel in IG?
What's that? Just post a link on. You said send it on IG.
No, send it to Hev in his DM on IG. The link that's in the group chat.
Yeah. I don't. I'm trying. I don't know who Hev is. Is he on your IG?
Heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Hev.
I'm about to send it to him now. I'm sending it to him now.
You don't know him?
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
I think I met. When I be getting on people's lives, I be knowing Trinity. That's how it'd be like. Unless you come on live with, then it's like, oh, I know I talked to him on live. It's like one of those
Oh,
things. But
I can't send.
I'm
Wait.
sitting. Oh no, I got you. I'm sitting to him now.
Oh, so you know how to find it?
Yeah, I already found him.
That how you find somebody you ain't know?
I clicked on your IG live and he was on it.
You are so smart.
Yeah, because I'm like,
I see why you hug all those trees. I see why you get to hug all those trees. When I
okay,
grow up, I want to be smart just like you.
wait, time out. You have to get permission to send people DMs now?
I'm sorry?
Oh,
If they're
unless I'm
not your
clicking on the
friend,
wrong. Am I
if
clicking
they're
on the
not
wrong?
your friend,
Oh, okay, that makes
That's
sense.
Najee. Have
Yeah, 'cause I'm like,
let me see something.
yeah, I'm like, bro, you gotta sit. I ain't never seen that. It's like, what?
I think I can do it.
That's different. But I was just thinking about something, Trinity,
What's
and
that?
that was the double standards with the man benefiting. I
Mhm.
think it's interesting because men created the double standards to benefit the woman because of they created the double standards. So the way they view women is why they created that double standard for those women to have. Because if you think about it, men are the ones that kind of set the standards for things based on what we were talking about earlier with how men were back then. And then,
Yeah, but also when you think about it, it really made sense. Think because you were onto something when you mentioned earlier, Najee, that it was set back in the days,
mm-hmm,
right? In a time where we weren't that industrious yet.
mm-hmm,
We were not tech savvy as yet.
mm-hmm,
So the duties of the woman just kind of really made sense. What else really was there for her to do that would
for
make
sure.
sense better than taking care of the children,
Mm-hmm.
right? Back then they homeschooled their kids.
Facts.
So it wasn't a thing of where she had to go to work to help him pay for childcare and schools and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And times definitely were different. However, I think that what we should always keep to is the mindset. The
Mm-hmm.
mindset and the attitude that they carried, which was the progression of this union, the progression of this family,
Mm-hmm.
the growth of this family.
Do you think back then they had more examples of that too?
What else were they going to do? Porn
So
wasn't
'cause that was
available
my
yet.
point now,
you
and
know
where
what I mean?
and how nowadays they don't really have a lot of good examples of what, so they're out here trying to almost like create what they think will be a good example and not really understanding how that process works because they've never really experienced it. They just maybe that's what like the Disneys and all that stuff sets almost like create the fantasy, but they don't really understand.
But I think you were onto something also when you said that it was to protect women, right? The double standards. And I don't know, wait, how?
It's a way. So I would say it'll be a way that benefits the man as a way, but you're still kind of protecting the man in a sense, or protecting the woman in a sense, because you're pretty much creating this double standard. So you're setting the standard for what it really is, the double standard, but you're setting a standard for women. If that makes sense.
I'm setting a double standard, but I'm setting a standard for women. So the double standard that the men set kind of protects the woman in giving her standards in how to conduct herself in terms of her body, her sexuality, her sexual temperance.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps her in her femininity. Um, it keeps her grounded in family
Mm-hmm.
so that she doesn't go astray. Even the laws back then were different in
Mm-hmm.
that when the woman leaves, she has to leave the whole family, the kids and the husband. She don't get to take the children.
For real, I didn't know that.
That's why most women never left. That's why they didn't divorce. A lot of people have this idea that the only reason why women stayed back then was because they were broke, they were stupid, they were
Nah, heck no,
uneducated.
no.
That's the argument
Oh
that
yeah.
I often hear.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They didn't have, they weren't allowed to work.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell do you think made dresses? The men?
Yeah.
Are you freaking kidding me? How many
Mm-hmm.
men did you see in the kitchen rolling hair, curling hair, cutting hair, dyeing hair?
Mm-hmm.
When did men have all the time to do that and build the infrastructure and
Yeah.
run businesses.
Hmm.
So now they're homeschooling. They're doing um, instrument lessons. They're
Hmm.
they're creating clothing. They're like, come on, that's
And that
don't be simple minded. So the reasons why those women stayed with those men was because the law kind of forced. Well, the law didn't make it appealing. They
hmm
didn't incentivize it. That's
hmm
what it was. Divorce back then was not incentivized. In
hmm
fact, it was almost
from
punishable.
hmm it was
I think this is
yeah.
have. Yeah. What am I talking
And
about? Somebody think this is have. Who else is gonna come up on this damn thing?
yeah,
What's up, Have? How
it's
are
good.
you?
Have.
Welcome.
What's going on? Hold on, let me get into some proper lighting. I didn't realize I was going to be on camera. Hold on.
But I was going just to add what you were saying, Trini. I was going to say too, in the process of the guy setting a double standard, that double standard still kind of benefits the guy in a certain way. And I think that was one of them ones too, and understanding like
I'm sorry. Say that again. I had to
I was
say something.
saying, oh, that double standard that they're setting for women, the guys is almost like benefiting in a certain way from that. So if a woman is more feminine, if she's more following the standard that he set for her, then that's more pleasurable for him and more beneficial to him, type of thing. Even in what you were saying about the people thinking that women couldn't work and do all that stuff. Because at one point I used to think that way too, but then I started to realize that's a part of the feminist movement, and they hijacked that movement when that movement was never about
Equality. It was about
equality. It was about
pro-choice.
having the opportunity to choose, like if I want to do this or not. But they made it like,
Pro-choice.
oh, women were suppressed, and now it's like go fight women, and it's just like that. That wasn't what y'all just took this movement and made it about something completely different than what it was. But you know what gender or not gender, what race of people came and did that and jumped along and made stuff happen. So it's one of
Yeah.
those things where a lot of the truth is really washed away behind the agenda.
What do you got? As a matter of fact, have you had said something? Well, you didn't say it. You wrote something in the comment section on IG where you said double standards builds resentment. That was you, right? Or
Yeah,
what did you say?
yeah,
Yeah, that was.
yeah, it invites resentment because it's never said in a way that's constructive
You
or
kind of got
positive.
to, I don't know if that's me. You kind of got to,
Okay,
Oh,
so
his mic is like it doesn't belong to
yeah, it's kind
his.
of like it's out of tune type of thing. But say something. I don't know if you have it
test,
like underneath the cabinet or
test,
it's echoing, it's
testing
bouncing off.
1 2 1 2. Is it better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's better.
It was kind of like
Okay,
it was bouncing off of something like ricochet. So it's like a
The
double.
the
okay, yeah,
reverb was off.
yeah. It was sitting up against metal. I think that's what
All right.
probably
Yeah,
did.
you
There
cut it
you
down. Yeah.
go. That's better.
Okay. So no, what I said was it invites resentment because whenever someone brings up a double standard, it's never in a constructive or a positive way. You know, like if someone says, well, she stays at home, she's a homemaker, but if he stays at home, he's a deadbeat man, or he sleeps with a lot of people. He's got swagger. She sleeps with a lot of people. She's very promiscuous. No, so it's always done in a comparative way, but always from a pessimistic or controversial stance. So
Mhm.
it will always to me, and it's like inviting resentment. It's like saying, "Come on, yeah, let's find something to argue about or to what I mean, to speak on it in that way." So I've never heard anyone bring up the issue of double standard in a positive way. It's never been a positive way. Never heard it.
Well, you know what?
Unless,
Well, know what? There we go. We are going to do that for you tonight. Now, we actually did that. So the question was, boo. If anything at all, what are double standards good for? What do you think double standards would be good for?
um, gosh, you hear so much negativity about it. I think it can be done in a positive way if it's to uphold a good standard. right? If we're seeking to figure out what is the the optimal standard, and we're looking at the double standard in order to see if that's being upheld, then it could be a very constructive thing to me. You know what I mean? But other than that, I can't.
Can you give me an example of what that would look like?
Right, it could be from a cultural perspective, right? If I'm seeking to embrace my culture or something to that degree, I can look at those standards and see why they may have been placed, right? Culturally, because it could be different for a different culture. Like I could say, well, in this culture, men and women both do this, or men do this and women do this, and know the reasoning on why that's being done. It could be seen like, okay, well, this is how I'm trying to embrace my culture to that degree. Then it could be used in a positive place. You see what I'm saying? But now from somebody else looking on the outside looking in, they might see that that as a double standard and say that's a negative thing. Wait a minute, we don't do it like that over here. Over here we do it like this. So women do this and men do this over here. So it could be looked at that way.
Yeah,
But
that's bro. It's crazy you said that because that's similar to what I said. It's just bringing more awareness to how you want to, and Trinity said similar too. Just bringing more awareness to how you kind of want to move type thing. Like men, that double standard being set to where men kind of want to go after the woman, and women needs to understand her role type of thing, but where it's mutually beneficial in some way. The woman might get somebody to protect her, to provide for her, and do those things, and then the man might get the woman that he needs to connect with to make him feel better about himself. So it's a benefit in where it comes together. When it's
do you guys feel like there's so much of it now that I brought up culture? Do you feel like there's so much talk about the double standard is because we don't have a overall culture when it comes to like the black community, for instance, because so many of
Oh,
us
okay. I
come
see
from
what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
because so many of us come from different cultures. Like I know people think that we're,
Uh,
we're all homogenous to that degree, but like your roots are could be from Senegal and Blackfoot. You know, my
well,
my my root
I think it would
my
just
roots
make sense
Nigerian
to
and Choctaw or something, and
well,
it's like
hold on, real quick. Wouldn't it make sense to conform to where you are living?
I would no, I don't always think that that's good because think about it. America is the land of immigrants, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
and
yeah.
a lot of these immigrants bring their culture and they
We're
keep
a
their
melting
culture.
pot. We're a melting
Yeah,
pot.
and that's why I think it's so hard because there are so many different cultures. I think
Yeah,
you have to be able to just identify your culture. You know what I'm
and
saying?
be able to move civilly amongst the
Right,
rest.
right, right. And be understanding to others. You don't have to embrace it, but you can just understand it.
yeah, you don't
I get that.
understand. That's literally how bro, I accept it. I understand it, but I don't have to. You don't have to pull it in. I don't have to
Yeah, but
live
see,
my
here's
life
the
like
thing. I think that for me, my culture is American. I'm American. I was born in America.
But
This
what does that mean?
this what it means. What do you mean what it means? It
Because
means what it
you
means to every immigrant who comes here. It's opportunity, it's liberty, it's my ability to thrive and my ability to pursue happiness. I have equal opportunities for outcomes that I desire. I'm non-stoppable. I am an American.
but
It's what I am, and I'm an
the
American
culture.
because and the American culture is supposed to be husband, wife, family, white picket fence. You know what I'm saying? Like that is the American dream. That is the American culture. That's our culture. At least when I say our, I'm talking about mine as a Black American. That's my culture. My culture is that traditional way of life. The man works out the home, the woman works in the home together. The house and the home connects, and we're good. We retire and the kids go off and do what they do, and then we're supposed to spend out our retirement until someone dies and the other one goes into a nursing home. That's the American culture that I know.
Okay,
That
so for me, the American culture I know my roots are in the South. So for me, not all women stayed at home. Some women had to take care of homes of other white people. Like the woman could actually go out and find a job when it was hard for the man sometimes to even get work. And that was strategic at times. Like literally, women could get a housekeeping job, a textile job, or something like this, and the man was almost targeted to not get work. You know what I'm saying? But men had to find ways to make a way. Had to be very industrious to a certain degree to kind of find work. So in my culture, women worked. They didn't just sit at the home. I mean, some of them took care of other people's homes as well too. You know, and 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 along with that, there's so many. That's why I say there's so many different cultures, even when it comes to the black community in America. There's just not this one American thing. I think the American white picket fence and things like that, that wasn't us. That was never our thing. That was more of a Europeanized kind of a thing. And even they kind of, when you go to the hippie generation, they kind of got out of that mindset. They tried to break away from just that white picket fence and things like that. Their kids became a little more rebellious and a little more inquisitive about other aspects of life and sought different pathways and things of that nature. So, like, to me, there's just not this one thing that defines American culture. And I think that's what makes American culture so great because it is multifaceted. And I think that out of all cultures around the planet, it's the one that has an allowance for that. When you go to other places, it's just not as easily embraced to be so multifaceted when it comes to culture. You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing about our country.
I think you missed the part when I said that the woman didn't just sit at home eating bonbons, right?
Yeah,
There
yeah,
was
yeah.
Oh,
He wasn't. He wasn't.
okay,
He
yeah,
wasn't here
right.
earlier. He
I
wasn't here
said, I
earlier.
said,
yeah,
I can't see how the men were building an infrastructure, making dresses, doing hair,
right,
homeschooling, nursing and stuff
right.
like that. I just don't know how men did it all while women just sat at home and just changed diapers.
Right.
Because when I say stay home, I mean she's not out there in the 9 to 5, but she is
Okay.
serving her community and she gets compensated. So women back then worked on compensation for their skills and their gifts and their talents, such as selling dresses or seamstressing and baking and all the other great stuff that we as females, well, we just don't know that we can still do anymore because we are brainwashed to believe that we are like it is important, it is dire that all women go out there and work and help a man be a man. I'm going to be the one to say it because this is my thing. What was a man doing before he got that woman? Was he not already paying all his bills 100%? Yes, of course. He gets the woman. It's not now for him to upgrade his lifestyle based on her paycheck. And I think that's what most people are doing. They're trying to compensate and upgrade their lifestyle, which is why women want men that makes as much or double.
Mhm.
As if you need double. Why do you need double? Why? Because you're greedy. That's why. You understand? So most people are going into these relationships looking for a come up, you see, as opposed to coming together because of working together. So even with women today staying home, not working outside the home, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook.
Mm,
You got all of these telemarketing jobs. You got things you can stay your ass home.
Mhm.
And that way, by the time your husband come home, you won't be stressed from traffic. You won't be having no issues because Karen got your damn blouse on that you wore last week and her fat ass don't look good in it. Now you mad because she messed up your damn wardrobe. Yes, I have. That's what we women go through. I've been through it once. Don't judge me. Okay? I wasn't healed yet. So, with that being said, she has more time to be accessible and available to him emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. Okay, this I don't want to work is saying I don't want to work. I don't want to go out there and do 16 hours a day. No, well,
On my feet, hard labor, physical labor.
and
Yeah.
they gotta come home. And this, oh my God, man. So yeah, and they gotta come home and do the majority of the housework. That's plain facts. Oh, but what about when the car catches up? Well, you get a flat tire. Negro, how often do you think I'm running over a goddamn nail?
Right.
Who do you think is cleaning the gutters? Dude, I don't even think you did that for the past 2 years. Who do you think is gonna fix your car when it breaks down? Hopefully a goddamn mechanic, because it don't break down that often for you to even compare. Cooking 5-6 days a week, it doesn't measure up to your one damn day a week. And then if you add in kids, who's taking time? Who's going to the doctor with the kids? It sure as hell is not the father. So the mother got to take time off for work. It's just too much. And I think men have been overall, not men, but today's guys have been cushioned so much to believe that a woman's income should be his come up. And his excuse for having that ability is because he changes a tire probably once a year. He cleans the gutter probably never. Just a nice talking point, right? He's fixing the car how often? If it's that often, get her ass a new car. You understand what I'm saying? Let's use her money to get a new car. Let's do that then, if that's the case. I mean, but
there's one that trumps all of that. This is their favorite one to go to.
Oh, there's somebody coming into the house and break in who's going to protect them? Negro,
Yeah.
I would hope you're not suicidal. I mean, I would really hope that you love yourself enough to want to live. Why do you need me to want to live?
My thing is like, if you did that, if you lived by yourself, you would do that. What?
Yeah.
Right. It's just so mind-blowing, these senseless arguments.
But here's something that I think about, and this just shows the resilience of the Black woman. Like we can't deny the elephant in the room that many Black women have had to do it on their own, and I think that this just put Black women in a different category to even the Black man. I mean, they've seen Black women have to do it all: work, take them to the doctors, be the father, be the mother. I mean, a lot of men grew up in single family homes, and that was almost the norm for a couple of generations when it comes to the Black community. For some, you get what I'm saying? So that brought a different dynamic to the African American household, you know, to where it's almost now expected for the woman to work a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like Black men just expect Black women to operate in that frame. Now it's like, no, we've seen them do it for so long. This is what they do, you know, and it's because of the resilience of the Black woman, and I would say lesser men, that they're expecting her to uphold all that even when they get with them. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I really kind of feel that way. Like, because if you ask 10 Black men, you know, out of those 10, 6 or 5 or 7 are going to say, I grew up in a single family home.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of those things when you kind of realize a lot of them Black men that grew up in single family homes, they expect for the woman to be their mom in a sense, because they witnessed their mom do it. So it's like, I'm not coming here to be like how Trini said, like it can be a form of coming. It's like, I'm not coming here to be your mom type of thing. And
yeah, I didn't sign up for what your mom signed up for. And just because your mom did it, just because I saw my mom did it, you know what I mean? I don't want to struggle. And why would you want me to struggle? How can you love me and then volunteer me to struggle with you? Because your mom did?
Exactly. They think it's the Black woman's superpower. You know, struggle. You
know what? And I think that's our fault right there, because we as Black women have this tendency to always want to brag about the struggle. You know what I mean? We want to talk about the struggle. We want to, rally for the struggle.
Mhm.
Yeah, y'all can take y'all struggling asses right back to the cotton picking fields. Okay, I didn't sign up for struggling. I didn't burn not one bra. So I don't even understand how I got caught up in all this mess here.
Man,
You know what I mean?
But
So
but let
it's
me ask you this, Trinity. Do you think that that's and of course there's a pressure just that comes with just being a man. But do you think in today's society, because culture has shifted a lot to where the economical needs are a lot different? You know, houses are 400,000 and up now.
he's not
You-
jobless. Okay. So again,
But that's what I'm saying. Like
but see,
even with a regular
she can
job,
make more money at home than he can make in the street. You're not hearing me, bro. A woman who is in tune into her femininity will tap into her gifts and her talents, and her gifts and her talents will make room for her. She will make a compensate. She will be fully compensated, and it guess what? It'll be residual income. That's what women would bring, residual income, where she and you and the family can have an income of money streaming in while y'all sleep. So now you got your paycheck and then she has her residual.
but oh, okay. I thought you had said for the man not to even count her money with the living standard. You get what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
what I
no,
okay,
said
as a
was
come
don't
up, as
look
a
to
come
her
up,
money
as a come
as
up.
an
okay.
upgrade for his lifestyle. Her money can go into as a retirement fund. Like you guys can really do a lot of fun things when you stop working.
Mhm.
You
Okay,
see what I'm
okay.
saying?
Mm-hmm,
Like you
hmm.
don't really even need to focus on your 401 not being enough because what you give her she multiplies. If she's doing it right, she's going to multiply in your life. No, Najee, no, she's
No,
not.
I agree. I think I was just thinking
I
like
thought you were shaking
the
your head.
society, but you have to have a level of understanding, a level of awareness to recognize that. And I think a lot of times with so many people, especially on the internet, where people are projecting their own bad relationship issues and not being able to make it work with the person they experience. So now people take it on, and now it's like now I'm going home, looking at the girl that you experienced who's doing the stuff that you want, but this person says she ain't doing it because they were, and it's just like now you're finding things wrong with it, and it's just like it's confusing because people don't have a real set understanding of themselves, and they're being easily influenced by people who don't have these successful experiences in the relationship space.
But we're not responsible for those people.
You just listen. You just hit it on the head. And anyone that I've heard talk about relationships in the IG world or TikTok world, the majority of them, you never hear from their significant other.
Yeah.
If there is one present, you've never heard them vouch for any of the stuff that they're saying. It's
Mhm.
always this this angry man or this disgruntled woman, and they're giving their what a man should do, what a woman should do or expect, and things. And it's like, well, this message might be received a little better if someone saw you sitting next to your
Mhm.
significant other and you giving this spill. But the majority of them, they're typically single, they're typically disgruntled. You know what I'm saying? And to me, their comments don't really hold a lot of weight.
You're
Yeah.
not going.
Yeah.
You're not going to see no one there. While they talking all that trash, they talk all that shit. They talk. You're not going to see nobody there.
Yeah, don't worry.
So you
Yeah.
be. I don't know why you thinking you going to see one. You ain't going to see. That's for a fact. I
That's
mean,
it.
every
Hey,
Especially
man.
person, every person that sits on Instagram all day. If you got time to sit on Instagram all day long and conversate and complain about this or complain about that or say this about what this person doing all day and not one time leave from the Instagram and go and put it in 9 to 5, come on, that tells you right there.
Yeah, I've been in a relationship 21 years. I've never tried to get on and give people advice about relationships. Never.
bro.
Hold on,
Well,
before we continue, I want to welcome We Up. Welcome to the panel, We Up. How are you?
what's good? What's good? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to
It's
y'all.
good.
Hey, man. Hey, I just
Funded.
wanted to add this, man. For me, it's just more so People just don't want to grow up, and don't want to be adults. I can understand that people come from different backgrounds or how you was raised and stuff, but as an adult, you know what's right, you know what's wrong. You're not gonna, in a relationship, in a commitment or whatever it is you got going, you know what's right and you know what's wrong. So she knows if you're paying the bills, even though her money isn't, you're not really counting her money, but that doesn't give her a reason to be reckless with her money, knowing that she has a family, knowing that she has, you know what I mean? You still have to put money to the side. You still have to make sure the family is okay. It doesn't matter how you was raised. If you two came together as adults and you brought a child into this world and you started a family, all that shit about how you was raised or what you was around, or all that shit goes out the window because you have a real life situation in front of you and you don't have enough time to go, oh, because I was raised like this, I can't. You can't do that. You got to change. She got to change, and y'all got to make the best of y'all situation and don't step on each other's toes. I would assume. You understand what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
don't know.
I would say,
No,
oh,
if you at that point, my bad, Najee.
oh, you good, you good.
If you at that point and you ain't, I mean, if you paying all the bills and she's not contributing, I can see if you are. I can see if you okay, you the man in the house, you supposed to do this and that. But if she acting like she ain't supposed to be contributing, if she's not like coming to you like, man, you need this and that, it's time for her to go.
Hmm.
It's time. It's time for her. It's time for her. You know what I mean? It's time for you to delete her and send her on her merry way. You know what I'm saying? Because
Now,
that
what if she's not necessarily doing that for you, but she's a great mother to the children?
she may be a great mother to the children. First of all, if y'all married, you know what I'm saying. She could be a great mother to the children, but she's supposed to be a great husband, a great wife to you as well.
So what would be grounds? What would be grounds for a husband to leave his family? Tell me something that'll be okay with the husband saying, you know what, I'm gonna leave.
For a wife, if a wife ain't doing her duties and I'm paying, if I'm sitting up there paying all the bills, you know what I'm saying, and you feel like you just need to just basically sit around and not doing your part, hell yeah, you're not the wife for me. It's time for you, you know what I mean, to skedaddle.
Now
Cause
here's the thing.
I'm not
Here's
gonna
the
be sitting
thing.
up there.
Was she
I'm
sitting
not.
around? Was she
I,
sitting around when you got with her?
No. If you wasn't sitting around, that's what I'm saying. If you wasn't sitting around, you know what I mean, then you're not gonna be sitting around now. That's just plain and simple. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be sitting up there kicking all the bread out, you know what I mean, doing this and doing that and this and that, taking care of home and this and that, and you're not playing your part. No, hell no. This is not get it your way. I
I
don't know
think
where
I think that
I don't know where people get it where I mean when you first of all when you're married it's a unit thing. You know what I mean? Be honest with you, it may sound fucked up for real, but the husband's supposed to come before the kids as well. If you want to look at it that way. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way in the eyes of the law, that's how it's really supposed to go. But a lot of people don't go that way.
So let me ask you a
I,
question. Do you feel more important than your kids, or your kids is more
I
important than
would
you?
never, first of all, I would never feel more important than my kids, first of all. You know what I'm saying? My kids mean more to me than anything. My kid, first of all, my kid's older, so I ain't gotta worry about, yeah, I mean, doing this and doing that. I ain't gotta worry about none of that. They on their own. Once you reach a certain age, nigga, you out of here. You know what I'm saying? You on your own. It's time for you to lead the nest, do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean, live your life. I can't babysit you and hand feed you your whole life.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So once you reach that certain age, It's time for you to move on so you can live your own life and experience life, what's going on out there. You make it do
So,
something better than what I probably did.
so fellas, y'all agree with him with the whole, if she's not, if let's say if you're with a woman, you two communication is not that good from what he explained, but she is a great mother. Is that still terms to be like, yo, I'm
They
out of here?
two, them two already know how I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, we all
Trent,
know,
from
bro. We've
Trent,
been on live with you
Trent,
before. We
Okay,
know. We know.
from
okay.
Trinity and Najee, they already know what
Yeah.
I'm gonna say because they already know I'm already married.
So,
You know what I'm saying? I already went through all that shit. So that's gonna be my mind. Ain't no changing on that. I'm gonna tell you that off the
so
break.
for me, so for me, um, I don't think that that's grounds for for divorce. I think that if the community, because anybody who's been in a long term relationship knows that there's been periods of where the communication wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? You may have went through your season of things not being able to effectively communicate. But I think that the beauty of it is being, if you can find a resolution. I feel like when there is no resolutions to the issues other than separation, you know
But
what I
you
mean?
see,
Then
let me cut you off. Let me cut you off for a second, bro. What you fail, let's see what you fail to realize is girlfriend when you girlfriend and boyfriend, and then when you move on and start being into a marriage situation, things change. A lot of things change. You know what I mean?
I've been I've been I've been
Oh, go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna, I was gonna say I've been married for 21 years.
Oh, okay. I've
Um,
been I've
so
been
it's
I've
not
been this is my
so for,
second marriage. So I get you. You may live you
so for
may
me, like
live
I've
y'all may see your marriage may live a little totally different. You know what I mean, from what everybody else may live. You know what I mean? You may live on old grounds on how it's supposed to go. But everybody don't live their marriage like that. Sometimes, you know what I mean, things may change when people get married. When people get married, shit changes. People attitude changes. Their whole personality, everything changes. You understand what I'm saying? Some people think they
oh,
supposed to get this and get that and get this and get that.
But should,
I'm
but
not dealing with
should,
that
but
shit no
should,
more.
but should the parents let that affect the real situation? And the real situation is you're both married and you have a family, you have children. Do you say, because you're not treating me right, I'm out of here, or you need to leave? Even though he's a great father to the child, she's a great mother to the children. It's just that the communication from you two
Mhm.
is starting to clash.
So I would say, I
Go ahead, Naj. Go
I
ahead,
would
Naj.
say is understanding the aspect, and I think a lot of people don't understand this. And being raised in a two-parent household does not mean that the child won't experience a broken home. And I think a lot of times when it comes to that, if the parents are at war with each other and they're both in the home, it still is not going to be a very healthy environment for the kids, no matter what, because kids know energy.
That's
They
a
know
fact.
when something's off. They know when mom, and dad, they yelling again, they fighting again, they getting into it again. Kids don't want that to be raised in that type of environment. So even if the guy does leave, I get how it can seem like he's leaving the home and they're leaving the kids. A lot of times that's very beneficial for
Mhm.
that dynamic for that kid, because of the kid was experiencing so much turmoil every day coming home because mom, dad, they're getting into it again. Let me grab my little brother. Let's go in the room. They
Yeah.
know it happens so much. So I think a lot of times we just look at it from one perspective, not realizing just because the parents are together in the home, that don't mean it's going to be a happy home. And what I'm learning a lot of the times with the guys on IG, most of the guys who speak that narrative, I don't know if this is your situation or not, but a lot of the guys who speak that narrative grew up in a single family home, so they only had their mom. So in their minds, they think having a dad in the home would have made the way they grew up differently. And I get it, but if you experienced a two-parent household and you did have, you understand there's levels to it. And there's a lot of stuff that the parents do behind. Some parents like to argue in front of kids. Some parents don't. They come out mad. They come out like the energy shifts.
That's a
I
fact.
know I can just speak for me. That's how it was for me. My dad told me when he divorced my mom, that was tears ran down his cheek because they were just
Well,
clashing on everything. So it was just like it was one of those things where now I got my freedom, I have my peace. My boys can come, y'all can hear, I can do it, I can enjoy y'all. I don't have to be stressing out because me and your mom just got into it. So it's just one of those things.
I don't think it. I don't think it's a thing. As I don't think it's a thing of a two-parent household, right? That should be really the focus as much as having the fathers in the lives of the children, because I think that's what makes the difference. I think that's what makes all the difference.
I was just going to say that. As long as you play your part and you be in your child's life, it don't matter if they're together or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They long as he plays his part and do what he's supposed to do as a man, raising his child and do what he need to do for us as a man, for us with his child. All the other stuff don't even matter. You understand what I'm saying? But you got bitter women or bitter baby mother, you say, try to take that from them. That's why I say the double jeopardy part plays a lot because on their behalf. You understand what I'm saying? Because they sit up there. I mean, you can sit up there and say, "Look, I don't even want to be with you no more. I just want to take care of my child and just do what I need to do for me and get a peace of mind." You turn around, go get a place, and all this other crap and that. It's going to come back on you because she's going to feel like she ain't getting no part of that. So she going to feel like she need to pull something away from you that's going to hurt you more.
Mm-hmm.
And where is that? You're a child.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? And a lot of females out here do it constantly, over and over.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? But they will go to social media, be on Instagram or be on Facebook, and sit up there and be like, "Oh, he's a fucked up person. He don't take care of his kids. He don't do this and that." But you're not sitting up there saying what you have done to
Yeah.
play a part in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You
like
understand what I'm saying?
it's like accountability versus responsibility. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? It's like they don't even want to admit that they even played a part. So you know they're not going to be accountable, take accountability for nothing
Exactly.
they did.
So if you run off, you turn around, you get another woman or whatever, and here go the double jeopardy part.
You mean a
You
double
run,
standard?
well, the double standard part. You
Okay.
turn around, you run off, you get another woman. You know what I mean? She coming over, chilling with you, Mr. Snap. Now you can't get your child.
Nope.
You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Now she sees all this. Y'all post y'all how happy y'all is on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Or she see somebody say, "Oh girl, I seen your baby father or your ex-husband or whatever." You know what I'm saying? Downtown with another girl or whatever. There she goes. You know what I'm saying? So the double stand.
That's crazy.
It plays a lot of part on them. You understand what I'm saying? More than it plays a part on the men. You understand what I mean? Because some men, you sit there, you got women sitting there, all right, whatever, go ahead and play your part, go ahead and do what you do. But then
So,
they
all
want to
right,
take you child
I want to
support,
ask.
have you downtown for some bull crap. And you shouldn't even be down there because you take care of your child. So now you got to switch your whole program up. You understand what I'm
So,
saying? You got to switch. So when you want to go through the court system and try to have these people to tell me how to take care of my child. Okay, let's do it this way then. Now when you need things or whatever, you need money in the snap, you get it from the court system. Because whatever they take from me, that's what you're going to get. And you cannot say I'm not taking care of my child. But you leave it up to them, they'll say, "Oh, he's not doing this and not doing that." How I'm not doing that? You're getting money every month to
yo, let
take
me
care of
so
him.
let me ask so let me ask all you men a question before this drop. All you men that's been in successful relationship, for most of the fellas that's on here, they married. Like you said, you was going on your second marriage. So let me ask y'all this: whether tell me something that whether if you was raised with or without a father, that a man needs to understand about a marriage. Like it's just some things that you just need to understand as a man in a marriage. What would it be throughout your years of being married? What is that one thing where it's like, yo, listen, you do need to understand this.
The conversation, the understanding. If you and that person really can sit there and have a sure enough conversation and figure out where y'all went wrong at, then it may work. But y'all gotta be on the same playing field. You can't be just be the one to be doing this and wanna make amends and want to do this and want to do this and that. You can't be the only one on that playing field. She would have to be on that playing field as well, or him, because if you're not on the same playing field and sit down and have a civilized conversation without yelling, screaming, or blaming, or this and snap, and take accountability of your own actions, it's not gonna go nowhere.
You're
Yo,
muted
your
now.
mic is mute.
Oh, damn. I ain't even married, but I would say the biggest thing that I would recommend, especially working with the married couples, is understanding you have to be open to change. And I think a lot of times people aren't open to change and they think change is bad because they're not familiar with it. But a lot of time change is good because you're learning yourself just like this other person is learning themselves. And it's like it's a journey of being able to experience one another through the growth of becoming who they are versus having a mindset that they're going to stay this way. You're not the same person you was 5 days ago. You're not the same person you was a year ago. She's not going to be. So it's just understanding you have to be open to change and being able to communicate to each other through that understanding and not making the other person wrong for changing the way they change. I think a lot of times it becomes like a resentment type of thing for this person being able to change. And I don't want you to change. It's like understanding you have to adapt. No, you're not the same person that you was as a kid. All it was life and life experiences and things shifting to help you understand that. And she's the same way. So it's just like being open to change. And I think a lot of times either the woman's not open to change or the guy's not open to change, or they look at it from like a negative perspective as if there's something wrong with me or there's something wrong with him for him changing, not realizing the change is a part of the it's almost like a caterpillar coming out of the cocoon. It's a part of the journey. It's a part of the experience. It's a part of connecting because there will be things about her that change and you're like, damn, I never thought you would do this, but I like this. I like this change about this. And there's parts of him that have changed. Like, damn, at first I wasn't against it, but then once I kind of settled in, I really like this. And it don't have to be major things. It could be small stuff, lipstick, eyeliner, hairstyle, just stuff like that, and allowing the person to kind of grow and change.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Have
You muted.
no.
I'm by a few. I'm crossing. I'm by a few cars right now, so I'm gonna hold real quick.
Oh, okay.
And the crazy thing is, I don't believe in marriage. So just,
I feel you.
I missed that one. What'd you say, Najee?
I said I don't even believe in marriage or being in a relationship. Like it's,
Oh,
but I just understand. I just understand like the basics. It's simple.
Hey, I wanna before I have get on, I'm gonna slide this in there. So boom. This is what I feel about a marriage, or if you're in a relationship. When you get in a relationship, whatever commitment, whatever the case may be, you with someone, don't forget about how you have to cater to yourself. Like I think as a man, you get so caught up in like, all right, I'm a husband. So what does a husband do? A
Playing that
husband
role.
just sacrifices. He doesn't do nothing for himself. If you ask most men, like, yo, what's your hobbies? Most men don't have hobbies. And
Go to work.
that right there is crazy because it's like, yo, you don't even have a hobby. There isn't something that you like to do with your spare time that kind of relieves whatever, and you can chill, go fishing. You don't go fishing, you don't do shit. Like you just work and pay bills, and you understand what I'm saying? It's so like I don't know. And what I want to say is for men to don't get caught up in being a husband to the point where you forget that you still got stuff that you want to do for yourself. You want to, you know what I'm saying? Certain things you want to do. Don't get caught up to where you don't cater to yourself. Because I think a lot of times in a relationship, two people just be throwing in for the sake of the relationship. One person feeling like they sacrificing, one person feeling like they sacrificing, but they're looking at each other to satisfy something, but you can't get that from your partner. You can only get that, you know what I mean, from yourself. You know what I'm
You
saying?
lose yourself. You
And that's
lose
how
yourself when you do that.
that's how I'm starting to look at it like that. So if you're looking to get into a marriage, or if you're in a long-term committed relationship, it's cool to have that, but don't forget about yourself, son. Don't forget about
100%.
yourself.
But
100.
like,
Because
I used
when
to
you
think
do
that
stuff
way.
like
You're the only one that could satisfy you or whatever. But I think I'm not. I'm not totally in agreement with that. Like I do believe that there are levels of satisfaction that come from your significant other. You know, there are levels of satisfaction that come through your kids and things of that nature. But I don't because I think people would be lying if they said that there are things that their spouse does that doesn't upset them or leads them to not be happy. You understand what?
That's true.
I just
You
don't.
haven't met me.
Yeah, I was
That's
about to
true.
say I wanted that man.
You haven't met me.
Like
But
you
I can
chewing with your
understand.
mouth open.
It's
You know what? I love that he wants to share his meal with me.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to share it with the chew. You know, but I get what you're saying, though. Have let me leave you alone.
Yeah, I
No,
understand.
but yeah, but I do get. I don't think that you should get with someone um, just because you feel like there is no like they are the source of your happiness.
But
yeah,
Like
people do that though.
that's
A
yeah,
lot,
yeah,
that's the
a lot
whole
of people do turn around and do stuff like that because they're afraid to be alone. It's nothing.
100%.
yeah,
There's nothing wrong with being alone. There's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes you might want to be alone to get a straight peace of mind. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Being alone and get yourself together. You know what I mean? And get your thoughts together. But
I heard you.
people sit there, they so afraid when they turn around. You ever notice when people jump out of a relationship, they
Go
turn
back
around,
in.
jump straight into another one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? A month later, or 2 or 3, 4 weeks later, how the fuck you just turn around, just forgot about that person you was just dealing with? That's all because they're afraid to be alone.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Let me
mean,
ask y'all something because y'all brought this up earlier when y'all were talking about divorce. It's okay as long as the father is in the child's life. Do
Mhm.
you think that that's a new part of our culture that didn't used to exist back in the day? You know,
I
like
I
where people
think
are more readily accepting to divorces and raising children in a single parent household.
I
no,
think
I think it was always. I think it was always there. It just some people. It's just at to a point. People just don't get. People getting tired. People just don't got time for the nonsense. You know what I mean? You got a if you got a person. You know what I mean? Just say y'all got married. Y'all been married 5, 6, 7 years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And she started to do some weird shit you never even seen. You know what I mean? Or just started complaining. Just shit. Some things just goes down straight downhill. Y'all just straight not find yourself with one another no more. Some things
Yeah.
go apart sometimes.
Yeah.
And be honest with you, it's not saying it's always a bad thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a good thing because sometimes you might need to, you know what I mean, just go left and say fuck it. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying because some people married where they don't have kids together. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? You can just up and just you can do that. Cause sometimes
Yeah.
this day and age you ain't got time for that shit. Who got time to sit up there and argue 24 fucking 7 every time you sometimes you might want to come home from work and sit on the couch and watch TV before you jump in the shower and crack one or smoke a blunt or just you know what I mean, change the channel or something. But you turn around, you got her coming this motherfucker. She ain't got no meal done, no nothing. She ain't this shit. You just want to sit there and just start complaining. What the fuck are you complaining for?
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Nobody got time for that shit. That's the
You
reason
know,
why some of these shit
I
going the
think
way it go these days.
I think I ain't gonna the real thing to that, especially again counseling married couples and stuff, is really understanding. A lot of times, people don't really know how to communicate what they're really doing. So I tell
Yeah.
you, you have to pay more attention to what a person is not saying versus what they actually are saying. And a lot of times, it's based on body language. Like it's understanding when she come in there and it's like, like she wants to tell you something's going on and she just don't know how to talk about it. But a lot of times the guy takes her trying to express herself as if she's complaining because she don't know how to almost like communicate and be on the same page to let you know, like, dang, it's been a long day, or I've been really wanting to talk about this, but I can't talk about this because you're busy. The last 2 times I tried to come to you and talk, you push me off. Now I'm just like, I gotta get this off my chest. I gotta say something. And that's like, dang, you always nagging about, but you're not realizing where she tried to come and talk to you. You just didn't understand it because of the fact that y'all are communicating completely different.
Yeah.
I think it all depends on what I'm sounding like Najee over here earlier. I think it all depends on the situation, right? I know what Najee is speaking of because there will be times that something is bothering me, but I can tell that he's not approachable for that moment.
That moment.
Understand? So I put it aside. But then as time go on, it's like, well, I kind of don't want to ruin the mood. It took him so long to get here. So, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But then it just continues. And then now the longer I hold it, the more that energy, that feeling is building up.
Mm-hmm.
And it always comes up and out at the most inopportune time.
That's because you know your husband. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
no. You missed it.
No. I didn't miss it. I understood what you're saying, but
Okay.
I was just talking about far as when you say when Najee was saying sometimes they be wanting to tell you this and tell you that. You know what I'm saying? That's because what you just said. That's because you know your husband. You know when to come to him and when not to come to him. You understand what I'm saying? If he just got home from work or whatever, a long day of work or whatever, he had a long day, he come home, he's sitting on the couch or whatever, he just chill, he want to chill, he want to wind down for a second. That's what anybody want to do. You know what I mean? Just like if a woman come in here and she want to wind down, you know what I mean? And he home before she home, he might want to, you know what I mean, make sure she good. You know what I mean? Why she wind down? Baby, you good? You know what I'm saying? You need anything, you need a drink or whatever? You know what I'm saying? That goes a long way. But you just coming in just going straight for the gusto, and the nigga just walk. God damn. Calm down.
Well, listen, I wasn't always that way. I was the way you were talking about because I used to want to, because like outside of Instagram, he's my only adult conversation, like in the whole, like outside of Instagram. Mm-hmm. So it would be like, I couldn't wait to hear his car. As soon as he get home, hey babe, give him a hug, right? Oh my God, you would not believe what happened to me on Instagram today. He'd be like, baby, God damn it, just wait. I'd be like, oh, it's not the right time. But it took me a few times because I'm a little slow, right? I'm a thorough learner. I got to make sure I got it right. So after a couple of times, I realized maybe I should give him a half an hour. But then, like I said, that half an hour comes and it's like, yeah, now is not the right time. And then the weekend comes. Mm-hmm. Well, he's resting. I don't want to bring it to him. And it, like I said, I just hold it in. And that's not healthy.
No.
It's not healthy.
And that goes,
when it comes up, go ahead.
And that's what I was going to say. Like when he said, as soon as, like, give an example of how he would come in the house and he would hear the nagging, typically that there's a pressure that she's feeling and she's just letting it out on you. So like he said earlier, it's not what she says, it's the things that she's not saying based off of body language and things of that nature. You got to really learn how to read your partner. You know what I mean? Because that's a frustration, not at you, but being directed towards you. You know what I mean? When it's those type of situations.
100%. And it's also one of those things where just hearing like when you talk, it's so interesting, like hearing people's like experiences when they're in these situations. Like a lot of times it's like I did try to talk to him, but then there's football practice, then there's the games on, then my boy's here, then I'm trying to talk to you and it's like I'm later on, then I'm asleep, and then it's like and now you just say something to me and I just blow up, and it's like, dang, now you just blowing up on me and I'm doing it, and it's just like, nah, I've been trying to tell you what's been going on.
But here's the thing, Najee. So when a woman says, I've been trying to talk to you, I've been trying to tell you. But you're like, you haven't said shit. It's like, yeah, because you weren't available. So how the hell did you tell me anything? I said I was trying to tell you. You didn't try to tell me shit. You didn't say nothing. I couldn't say nothing because you were never in a good mood. And then when you were in a good mood, I didn't want to ruin the mood. So you figured now is the time to ruin the good mood. It's you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
But
that's
see, here's
that.
my. I
Y'all
want to tell
both
you
in it, and
something.
that's why
I
relationships
want
are
to.
reflective.
I want to tell
Exactly,
you
like people don't
something
get
that.
that.
I want to tell you something that I learned about that. So a while back, uh, me and my wife, we never really argue that much because I'm like mad laid back. She's mad laid back. Everything is good. We're good. But it got to a point where we did get to a space where she was like kind of nagging. We was like kind of nagging. But one day I was smoking a joint and I said, you know what? I'm gonna just invite her to any conversation because she's thinking that I should automatically know how she feel or what she's thinking. So what I do now is I go, yo, baby, what's up? We all right? And she'd be like, nah, we not all right. You want to talk about it? I don't want to talk about it right now. And then I'll be like, all right, cool. Whenever you're ready to talk about it, let's talk about it. And then I'll leave it at that. I won't bring it up. I won't say nothing. That leaves the floor open to go, all right, I'm ready to talk.
Talk. Yeah.
Or I find it that when you invite a woman to talk, instead of trying to force her to talk or tell me what's wrong now, or when you invite her, it gives her enough time to be like, all right, I'm ready.
yeah, and we feel safe to
Yeah,
express.
Yeah,
yeah,
I was about to say
yeah. Because I do
that
the
that
same thing
that
with my wife. If she's telling me if I'm in a upset and I'm like, yo, I don't feel like talking right now, she be like, all right, listen, whenever you're ready to talk, what's up? Let me know. And I'll be like, all right, cool. Then I'll talk to her later and be like, yo, baby, I ain't gonna lie, I was tripping. But last week, you was on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
And
It'd be like that.
right, even what I tell people in those situations, always make it. This is where relationship, the space gets so messed up. It's because they always be like, you did, you, and then it always puts them like in defense mode instead of realizing like what I recognize about the conversation when we had whatever, it triggered something about me that showed me where I felt like I wasn't enough. So then I'm trying to get some reassurance, some validation from you, but I'm so stuck in the story of me not thinking I'm enough that you, when you made that smirk, I thought you was smirking at me, and it's like, nah, babe, I wasn't smirking at you. You upset with me about the story you're creating in your head. You never even talked to me about. I don't know what goes on in your head.
Fact.
But a lot of times when women come to guys in that situation, because relationships are reflective,
Yep.
if she's in a heightened energy state, you're going to reflect that energy state if you're not aware of she's not actually attacking you. When you feel like she's attacking you, it's going to put you in defense mode. So now y'all both in it, not realizing, okay, when she's coming at me and she's not trying to kill me. She's not trying to put my life in danger. I just don't like being yelled at. Why you don't like being yelled at? Because when I was a kid, my mom used to yell at me and then I get a whooping. Like I feel like I'm about to get it. But it's like you have to be on the level of understanding to be able to create that space to understand it. And I think a lot of times people don't have a lot of self-awareness when it comes to relating to another person because they want the other person to be the version of them that they're not being to themselves. But it's like
That
I can't be the version of you that you're not being to yourself because you won't be able to receive what I'm bringing to you because you're not accustomed to experiencing it. So
I,
it's like,
I, was,
Mhm.
I was
I
gonna
don't know
say
how
like
we got on. I
it
don't
all
know how.
sounds good in theory, but when you're in the moments, it
That's a
never
fact.
plays out like that.
That's a
That's
fact.
but that's the key when you're in those moments to realize it's not the real the moment that you're in. Like I tell people, like if this is not the first time you ever felt this feeling, that means I'm not responsible for you feeling this feeling. Like I can't make you feel that way.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we get the sensation and then we validate the story and then we try to make it about the person. And then anytime I tell people, anytime you start to say you're really just talking to yourself. You're the you
Mhm.
that you're
Yeah.
talking about because
Mhm.
you feel that way about the parts of you that you feel that sensation. So now you're trying to disconnect from me and by trying to make it about you. And it's like, nah, it's an internal
Yeah.
thing. Unless you're literally about to die or experience real
You know
physical
what?
pain.
And you know what it is too. I'm gonna say this to Heavy. I'm gonna say this too. You know what I mean? When you said that, I thought the same thing in the beginning. It's like, yo, you know, when it's on, it's on. Sometimes, but if you if you try to invite her to conversate with you, and just like repetition, you just after a while you do it, you do it, you do it, you do it. It'll be the norm. So your arguments may not even get to that because you're gonna be so normal with going, yo, you already know the situation. I don't want to talk right now. You can't talk right now. When we ready to come and talk, we'll talk. It's not gonna be as effective in the beginning because the pattern in the beginning was I'm getting at you, you getting at me. I'm getting at you, you getting at me. I'm getting at you, you getting at me. It's gonna be them times where you're gonna have to stop it here, stop it there, stop it here, stop it there. But the more times you catch it, the more of the norm is gonna be like, you two ain't gonna even say nothing no more. You two are just gonna be like, I don't want to talk right now. We'll talk later. It will already be drained in your head. This is my next step. You know?
You know what? It's funny. I have a different way of going about it. So because I don't like to leave my happiness in anyone else's hands, right? I will bring something to your attention. Definitely more than once. But if I find that what I'm saying is just falling on deaf ears, now I find a way for me to address whatever it is in myself that needs to be adjusted so that whatever that person does, that thing right there no longer bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because I realize that there are there are just a lot of people in the world that lack self-awareness, and there are a lot of people in this world who thinks that because I'm feeling some way that I'm blaming them. You know, it's like Najee and I are talking, right? And uh, Najee just keeps cutting me off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know, ironic, right? Yeah, shush, right? But I mean, just like all the time, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, one of them people. So at one point, I will be like, "Yo, Naj, come on, like, stop cutting me off."
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when you cut me off, it comes across to me like you don't care about my input. So I will let Najee know. I won't say you keep cutting me off. You're making me feel unimportant.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm letting you know. I'm letting Najee know what's going on with me. But
Mhm.
Najee's being Najee. Najee just can't help himself, and
Not
Najee is
listening.
compulsive, and has
Yeah, I ain't listening to
absolutely
you.
no self-discipline. I'm really talking about myself, right? So I'm just preparing you for next tomorrow's live. So you know, with that being said, right, I would just learn to just stop talking when Najee cuts me off, because at that point, I will figure I'm just wasting my breath. He
No,
doesn't
this.
give a damn what's on my mind. He
Mm-hmm.
just wants to express. So instead of me taking this as an opportunity to share what I got to share, I would just provide that space and let him just go.
Yeah.
But it don't mean I'm paying Najee any attention. Because up in here is a very magically delicious place. It's gumdrops, unicorns, rainbows, leprechauns, all that stuff. I mean, the thing that goes on in my head, and all I do is just listen for pauses and my name.
100%. It's a level of awareness to where you kind of realize like they're not responsible for how I feel at the end of the day. Like I get them cutting me off, but if you separate, because the only way you can feel some type of way about something that has nothing to do with you is to make it about you. So if you realize in the story of you telling yourself that they're cutting you off, you're going to feel some type of way because you're going to feel unheard and unseen. Unheard and unseen to a kid. You don't matter. You're not important.
Yep.
I need to prove that I'm important. So and it's like, no, I don't, because it's not the truth. They cut me off because they in it right now. They just they just in it. It's where they're at within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be in it with them. All right, let me just go gun drop some rainbows and what I gotta do to my because it's one of those things because they're not expressing for you to listen.
No,
They're
they're
just
just, they're
trying
just,
to
they're
get it
just
out. Like
diarrhea of the
just
mouth.
trying to get it out. And a lot of times we think when a person is trying to get something out, we think, okay, let me give you advice on how to. And it's like, oh man, and it's like they don't never take the advice that they just keep coming. It's like they're just trying to let it out. They don't need you want advice, or you just want me to listen. You because at the end of the day, you let me.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I think
That's crazy.
Because even I don't know your name at the bottom. What's your name again?
We are.
We up.
I don't know if she said Liam earlier, so I see we up now. Okay.
We up.
I was gonna say, even with that, that's dope that y'all do that. The biggest thing there is being able to go back and talk. I think a lot of times people like, I'll come and talk to you about it. and then they never come and talk to the person about it.
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't come. I would be that one not to go back, because again, I don't want the argument. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to defend why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. I don't want to have to argue about why I say what I say in the way that I'm saying it in the moment that I'm expressing. Like, it's just it's just too much. So it's just so much easier for me to just I'm gone. I am literally gone. And you would have to know me, like know me to know when I'm gone.
Yeah.
Because I have a distinctive facial expression. Because I used to do that to my best friend. She'd be like, "Oh, wait, you tuned me out again? Huh? Yeah, 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 yeah."
Yeah, we
I,
know that facial expression. I think that facial expression is universal. I think.
like,
that's
honey,
so,
you were saying something? My bad. Yeah, it's like, bro.
yeah. But I'm realizing more and more that my issues are really my issues.
100.
You know,
100.
that's why. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're my issues. I think my issue. I think what the biggest problem anyone would probably have of me is that I'm unapologetic. If I did something, I meant it. I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I don't even believe people. I don't know why people say
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for how you feel.
you
Okay, I'm
don't
not
know.
responsible for your feelings. You didn't give a shit about how I felt. So why do I have to care about how you feel? Like, let's just deal with our own feelings and get back to normal and reconvene another day.
Yeah, that goes back with the forgiveness thing, and it's like I
I
can't
don't
like
need to forgive if I understand.
yeah, like if you don't look at what that person did as wrong, would you want them? Would you want to be forgiven or want them to forget? Like you have to make it an issue in order for them to. And it's just like for me, you don't never. I tell you don't have to apologize to me. What you telling me sorry for? You ain't do nothing wrong. Like I'm not here to just. You're living your life, and I think a lot of times we've been taught to not be able to live the life that we
Yeah.
want comfortably. So then, in us doing something that somebody wants to judge us for doing, it's like, oh, sorry, I mean, it's just like, bro, man, you good, be you, and that's the beauty. That's why me and Trini like this. 'Cause I'm like, be yourself. You don't have to be unapologetic. Just be you. Like at the end of the day, and I think, and people not feeling safe enough to be themselves, that creates the disconnect there too.
Yeah. I mean, like, now, in terms of forgiveness, I don't need to forgive people because I come with the awareness that if they felt better, they would have done different. Real talk. If they felt better, they would have done different. The only reason why they're doing what they're doing is so that they can feel better. All right. My forgiveness is with me. You understand? I have to forgive myself for not knowing what I knew, what I now know at that time, and made the decisions that I did. I have to forgive myself for, you know, just my forgiveness is really all for myself.
Yeah.
But I
Self
never have to
judgment.
forgive anybody. So I'm like, yeah, it's alright. You could. Okay, I forgive you. That's my thing. Okay, I forgive you because I understand that some people need forgiveness so that they can know we are all right. And if it just takes those little words to say, okay, I forgive you.
Oh yeah, you right. I'll tell them. I'll be like, you don't do nothing wrong. You good? Like it's all good. I'm not gonna get women. I'm like, I ain't gonna give you a whooping. Like you good? I'm not joking. Like you don't have to say sorry to me. It's one of those. It is what it is. And the self forgiveness, I definitely understand because it's really just a judgment that you in that experience. You be making yourself so wrong and judging. It's just like time out. I didn't know this was gonna give me this outcome that I got. Like if I knew better, I would do better. Clearly, I didn't know better. That's why I didn't do better. It's like
Once
now
you
I know
cross,
That's a fact.
once you cross me, you're xed out. That's just plain and simple.
Okay,
Ain't
now the
all that extra.
crossing thing is different.
that's
Now,
different. We talking about. I was
hold
talking
on.
about
Now,
this.
no, hold on.
No, I'm
Now, wait.
talking. No, I mean you're out of there. Period. Once you cross me, and
Oh yeah, that's my
no,
door slam.
you're done.
Yeah,
You're done.
that's what I call my door slam. There's no returning.
Oh yeah, Trinity was saying that.
I
Who?
forget your name. I forget your complete existence. and I do it so well, I really literally forget all
Yeah,
about it.
I don't even know you no more. Once you cross that line, that you know that line you wasn't supposed to cross, yeah, you're a rap. I don't know you. I never even seen you. Who you is? I don't know you. Yeah,
I'm not
man.
even speaking to you. You better than me because I won't even acknowledge you. Again,
Nah,
you just don't consider.
I won't acknowledge you. I won't even speak to you. I won't even look your way. Plain and simple. You're done. Don't even speak. Don't even look on you can look on my page. Look for a page from a distance and see how good I'm doing. That's what you're
That's
gonna be
my
heard
thing.
about.
Yeah, I will
Other
never.
than that,
I
I
will
don't
never
care.
make my page private.
I don't care. My page wide open. You're gonna keep on looking, and that's what she do. You gonna keep looking. Look from a distance. I'm doing real good, ain't I? You shouldn't
Oh,
you shouldn't have messed up. That's your fault.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
well.
When I forgive someone, it has nothing to do with that person. It just
believes you.
verifies me
Mhm.
to be like, all right, you a piece of shit. But me saying I forgive you is just accepting the fact that you a piece of shit. It's like
No,
kind of
if I
it's
say
like
if
my agreements to myself. Like, all right, we forgave you.
no,
I
if
didn't
I
know
sit up
that, but
there and
now I
say
know. Okay.
if
That's
You know what I'm
if
saying? Let
funny.
me put you in a piece of shit file. You know, you forgiving
That's
people in your
funny.
life. You got the
exactly,
let me
and
put
you
you in
gonna
a piece
stay
of
in that
shit
piece of
file.
shit
You know what I'm
file,
saying?
and I'm not going to say I forgive you because if I sit up there and say I forgive you,
What you say, babe?
it's
My
gonna make me feel some type of way and make me feel like no. I don't forgive you. I don't fuck with you. Keep pushing. You in there. I don't fuck with you. File. Once you go in there, I don't fuck with you. File. You're a piece of shit. File. Yeah, that's where the fuck you gonna stay at with the lock and key. You know what I mean? Because you ain't coming out of there. I see you in the mall or whatever. I'll walk past your ass. I might spit on the ground and walk past your ass. I don't know you. Fuck around with you. You should have never crossed me. Fuck out of my face.
It's a fact. It's
That's
a
just plain
fact.
and simple. You're an enemy to me. Fuck all that op shit. You're an enemy to me. I'm gonna use the real word. You're an enemy.
Yeah, I gotta calm down. I can't with Najee.
Hey, you
I
funny,
can't with Najee.
but
Not be all in
I'm a
my
little
damn
different
business.
though. It just there's a lot. Hey, we can always be cool, but I'm a little
Not
different.
me.
I get it. I get it. I'm just a little because for me, unless it's on some real like life threatening. My biggest thing is if it's
Yeah,
not
like
life
some real shit.
ego threatening. It's
No,
like
you just
It
want
is
to go
life
back.
threatening. I gotta stay away from you so I don't kick
You just want to
you
go
and go to.
back, Najee. That's what that
huh?
is. You
I
just
just
want to
what?
go. You want to dip and dab back. That's why you want. I mean,
Nah.
you.
To me, I just don't. I just understand why people like at one point I would have made that decision if I was in that person's shoes because I wouldn't be me, I would be them. So it's like I get it, but
Understand. I'm not gonna understand why you cross me.
I
The
get it.
fuck?
That's why I'm saying I understand because a lot of times
No. I'm never gonna understand why you crossed me. The fuck you crossed me for? I was the wrong person you crossed. That's as plain as simple. You know what I mean? No, I'm not gonna understand anything. You should have never crossed that line. You should have knew what type of nigga I am, what type, all that. You should know not to cross that. Once you cross that, stay your ass over there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say, oh, I forgive you just to forgive. No. Mm-mm.
No.
You
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
You
that
good.
forgiveness is really never for the other person.
yeah, I don't yeah.
The purpose of forgiveness is so that is so that
There you go.
one, not you, Tor, but so that one can release all
Mhm,
negative thinking thoughts
mhm,
about that individual. Because at the end of the day, thoughts become things, right? And
mhm.
because I subscribe to that, I have to literally abide by that. And
I'm happy for you because I know goddamn well for me, if I see you, a lot of negative thoughts gonna come up. No, hell no. I'm not forgiving you. The fuck I forgive you for? Yeah, I mean, no, I forgive your ass. Sorry to forgive you the fuck away from me. The plain and simple.
you away from me. I'm going
You
to
know what I mean?
forgive you away from me.
Yeah, that's about
Never
it. You
in
know what
my
I mean?
life I will
Hey, that's a bar too. I'm going to forgive you away from
away from me. Yo, I'm
Yeah,
not.
that's about it.
That's
That's all
good.
you
Yeah,
can
that's
do.
good
That's
shit.
all you can do for me. Just get away from me. Stay away from me. Don't speak of me. Don't say nothing to me. Nothing. That's all you can do for me. Other than
That's
that,
a fact.
I'm not forgiving anything. You're not forgiven. You're not a forgiving person. Fuck out of here. No.
That's a fact. It's a fact.
I got time for that shit. Once you cross that path, you made me feel some type of way. No, we good.
That's the thing right there.
Yeah.
There,
They
There it
there
did.
it
is.
is.
There it is.
It is.
So
There it
You
all
is.
that
made
is,
me feel
you
when in
made.
fact
Hey,
your
and
thoughts about what occurred is what made you feel the feelings you felt.
But
All right, so Twan, let me
once
ask
I
you a
I
get
would
question.
that
I would say
feeling,
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead,
I would
brother.
say
Sorry about
before
that.
you even
no, I'm
how
just saying. Once I get that feeling, no, that's
yeah,
a
the
wrap.
feeling of unsafe. Once you feel I get it. Once a person, it's the feeling of unsafe. Your mind will
I
always
get a feel
validate how
if
you
I get a
feel.
feeling where as though I can't trust you and all that other shit, you good, you gone.
Yeah, I
But,
mean,
but
okay, so the forgiveness doesn't keep the person around. The
yeah,
forgiveness doesn't like give them a free
Mhm.
pass to continue. The forgiveness is literally not for the person. It has
Oh,
nothing.
I know it's not for the person. I know it's not for the person, but I still ain't forgiven. No, hell no.
No, I get that. No, okay, all right. So we're gonna agree
Mm-mm.
to agree
That's a
that
fact.
Juan is not gonna forgive an unforgivable person unless they can forgive themselves the f away from him.
Exactly.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I done had
Yeah.
her sit up there. I done had her sit up there and tell me, you know what I mean? I wish you would forgive. No, you keep on wishing. You'll be that dead before you think about me forgiving any goddamn thing. No, you should have never did it. You know what I mean?
the,
That was you
the,
already had that shit in your head to do that shit. No, I'm not. No, I'm not forgiving you. Keep it pushing.
Yo,
all right.
once
So I got one question. One
go
question,
ahead.
Twan.
Oh
Does,
God.
has that then you got to we up? Has that feeling went away or it's still there?
Oh no, that feeling gone. I just don't. I just no. It just ain't no rap. It just will never. You would never be in that type of space with me, where as though you'll be next to me. No,
Okay, understand.
All
that
right.
feel. I'm
I
over that
get
shit.
that. I get that. I get that. I get that.
I'm good with it. I'm past. I'm. You know what I mean? I'm moved on, living my life, doing me. You know what I'm saying? And then she the one at the point where as though I wish I'd have never fucked up. Well, you keep on wishing
So
because
if your feelings aren't there anymore, then there should be nothing to forgive, no?
no, because ain't no feelings there. It'll never be no
No,
forgiving.
no,
When
the
I'm saying
feeling of
feelings,
anger, not
listen
the
to me. No,
love,
hear me
Yeah.
out. Hear me
not
out. Hear me
love.
out. Hear me out.
Okay.
It'll never be no forgiving, no feelings there. If I see her walking down the street or she got a flat tire or anything I'm riding by and it's raining, storming, hell and shit out there, shit. I'm stepping on the gas hard as shit. You gonna
Oh
stand your
my
ass
God.
right there and you better call AAA.
You're gonna run the pool. Oh my God. All right. No feelings there.
Uh, you
none,
better be
none,
on.
none
You
at
better
all.
hope the light.
Nothing.
he
You
said
better
he
hope that
he
lightning
said he
don't
said
hit
he
you.
said I don't care if the global warming shit start popping off. I don't care
You
how many
Nigga, who
if
you
you're
earthquakes
getting
come.
telling?
chased by a zombie apocalypse,
Nigga, who you
Yo,
telling?
he's gonna
Hey, matter of fact, hey,
he gonna
I was
You
throw
ain't
out
getting
watching.
in
as
this car.
bait.
Hey, I was watching this joint on Instagram, right? The motherfucker was like, it was a the motherfucker called. He say, the girl called, she was like, hey, somebody in my house. I say somebody downstairs. He was like, girl ain't anybody. He's like, for real, somebody isn't it? He said, put it on speaker. Let me hear it. Go in the closet, hide in the closet, and put it on speaker. He's like, she was like, all right. He was like, hey, she right here. She in the closet.
Yo!
Get her ass. Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I did to her motherfucking ass. She called me, yeah. You called me and talk about somebody, yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
hey,
Buster right
that
on
is
here.
not based on feelings at
Yo!
all. No
Wow.
feelings there at all.
Yo! I
I
can
was
see. I
laughing
can
so
see the.
fucking.
Yo,
I
that
was
was.
laughing so hard. I was like, yeah, that's how you know, sure enough. Yeah, I was shit. You
What if she
called
Wow.
me
been
and
That's
get?
tell me
crazy.
somebody in your motherfucking
Well, what if
house.
she getting chased by zombies and you in the car? You know,
I'm the wrong person to ask for some help. I'm trying to
Not
tell you.
Hey
not
man,
why.
hey. I can hear all four of Twan car doors locking. I hear the click click click.
don't forget the music being turned.
He got the music turned.
Wait. Here we go. You ready for this?
Yeah,
Head
exactly.
straight. His head is straight. His hands
Doo-doo.
is at 12. Well, what's the steering
12 and
wheel?
6.
12 and
10-2.
10 and 2, 10 and 2.
ten
This
and
this
2.
this dude said 12-2. You know he a New Yorker.
Matter of fact, I got 5% on my windows. I can't see it anyway.
Yo.
Oh shit.
I got
Hey,
5% all the way around and 35 on my front shield, so I can't see it anyway. So fuck it.
damn. But
I'm
you got the
keeping it
question.
pushing.
But no feelings.
No
No,
feeling.
none. That's none at all.
None.
That's not no sensation there. That's not being
Not even a little bit. It's just apathetic.
numb.
You
This
better
is
eat
so
her
strange.
ass up.
Just an empty abyss.
Full of love. Full of love.
Poplins
I
hat.
ain't gonna cuss at Twan to say that now.
Nah, never. Shit. I hope them papers hurry up for real, for real. I hope the papers really hurry up for real. I'll never do that shit again. Fuck marriage.
Yeah, hey, Twan turned into Suge Knight real quick. He said,
Hey, wow, woke up.
if you don't want your producer all in the videos, dancing in the videos,
Right.
come to Death Row.
Right. Fuck that marriage shit. That marriage shit, you can have that shit. That shit too much, man.
You know what, Najee? I think next week topic should be on healthy marriages
Yeah.
and how we can all get into one and sustain it if we're already in one.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah, and
That's
you
an
know what?
easy
We're
one.
gonna let Twan lead the discussion.
Yeah.
I think
You know what?
Joe
Hey, you know
fuck
what?
up.
I think I also think another good discussion that you can have up on your show is.
Wait, hold on. Before, does that mean you
But I'm
coming
sorry.
back?
Yes,
Does that
sir,
mean
go
you
ahead.
coming back?
Huh?
Does that mean you coming back?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back.
I just want to
So yeah, definitely. I'm gonna support her for sure. And
No, I'm talking about on a panel. It was dope.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, hell yeah. I think they need to have a conversation where men talk about what is going on in their minds as they are being, a husband, a father, or whatever. What is going on in your mind? Like, what's your thought process? What you really do to,
I got some questions. Your
and
girl
to
got
see
some.
like what's really going on in a man's head. And all right,
Ooh, this
so
is
you got a
that's
family, you
The
got this.
psyche of today's modern men.
That's it, and just see
Boom.
like
yeah. I
what
think
men
that'll be
say, see what they
dope.
really say.
That's what it is.
Hey, let me be
You
a
would
part of that
request.
because that's a dope. That's a great question. That's a dope thing because I think in today's there's not a lot of guys doing that, and especially just talking to guys and their experience. A lot of dudes, especially when it comes to marriages, like there's a group that I go to for it's like a group therapy session. It's a whole bunch of married dudes, a whole bunch of black dudes. It's a dope experience because it's in a barbershop and we all just chilling talking.
Hold up.
But
Didn't we already have a topic about this already?
no,
You did? No.
About
heck,
marriage?
nah, not healthy marriages. Like
No,
the psyche.
no. That was a joke. I was just trying to tick you off.
Oh,
No. Which one? No damn healthy marriages. What? That's what I got my IG for. What am I gonna bring that up on YouTube for?
I mean, no, you
the
can.
psyche.
No, I mean, if we didn't have it, we can have. That can be the topic. We can bring that up.
Yeah,
And
just basically a topic where outside of the rhetoric of what a man should be doing or what a man needs to be doing, it should be a conversation of like where you at right now as a man and as a
You know
father, as a
what?
husband, as a brother, as
being a
whatever.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You
where are
know
you
what?
right now mentally? You know?
You know what? He got a good idea. The thing should be what a man should do. What a man should be able to do better his marriage. We could put it like that.
That'll be
What
yeah.
a man
What
can
can
do?
men do to better their marriages?
Yeah.
Or wait, I thought he was talking. I thought he was talking about more so men in those
Nah, I
mean,
wasn't talking about the marriage.
no,
I'm talking about just men
the
in
mindset.
No,
general.
I think he's talking about another topic. Are you talking about another
yeah,
topic?
I'm
Oh,
not
another
saying what
topic.
he's saying.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just throwing it in together.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
Keep
Because
yeah.
up,
when
Scott.
I get what he's saying, but I'm just saying throwing it as before we even go that whole plan that we can throw all that into one. You understand what I'm
Oh
saying?
wait, that's two different topics because here I
Yeah,
got the psyche of the modern man, which is barbershop talk.
yeah. Because
So
I was,
it so
No,
it's like
I
like
mean,
like because the questions I was gonna ask was like, like what are your biggest fears? What like
yeah, more
literally getting in the psyche of
doing
Yeah.
this
the
to
mind,
understand because
right?
that's the biggest thing. Like I was saying, when I go to the barbershop thing, they be talking about it, like how they sit in the house or outside of the house for an hour, just like, man, what am I gonna do? Like there's no blueprint. Nobody ever taught us the blueprint to marriage to making this work. Like
That's a
I
fact.
really don't know. And then I'm supposed to be a man, but a man's supposed to provide. And then I'm like, I'm struggling doing that. And then I feel like
Yeah.
I'm less than. Then I got
I
kids
get
on
tired.
top of that. Then
That's
I
a
got.
fact.
It's just like,
That's a
bruh,
fact.
how do I be a
I get
man and
tired.
well,
show up for
that's
myself,
what.
show up for my
Tired.
kids, show up?
Well, that should be the next week topic.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, that's
Yeah.
what it
So
is.
ain't no
Modern
need
that's.
barbershop
to
talk.
keep constantly talking about it because then you're gonna keep constantly talking about. Then you're
Oh,
gonna
I can
go
talk about
into
this
it.
all, bro. Yeah, all
No,
day.
because
Yo,
then you're gonna go. Then you're gonna go into it and then be
Oh yeah,
wasting
no,
all the
that's it,
good
that's
shit.
it,
and
that's it.
brother, and the way you explained it just now, for most men, it happens in that order.
Mm-hmm.
It happens in that order. Like, what am I doing? These kids. What am I? I'm doing it, but I don't know if I'm doing it. But what am I doing? What the fuck is going on? You look at the news; they raising taxes on everything. Everything going up. You're like,
Inflation.
yo, what the fuck is going on? It's like a
Uh,
real pressure. It's like a real pressure on men that we're conditioned to not be like, yo, I'm gonna keep it on you. I'm
Yeah,
really
bro,
feeling like this right now.
bro.
That's why it's cheaper to be single. Cheap to be single,
Hey,
boy. You can
but
keep
single
everything.
brothers is going through a little something, something
They
too.
are.
I'm
That's
just
the thing.
saying.
They need that. They
Shit.
still going because the
Hey, they may be
singleness.
going through it. I ain't going through a motherfucking thing. You hear
Yeah,
that?
you don't feel nothing. We
Hey,
already
no,
established you.
listen. You
Dang,
hear
y'all
that?
go up puny.
Listen to me. Listen to me for a second. You hear that?
Yeah.
Twine, you ain't take out the trash. Twine, you.
Right. You don't hear none of that shit. Right.
Twan, you still on the goddamn live? When you gonna have time for me, Twan?
Exactly. You don't hear none of that. You don't
You
hear
be
none
on
of that
live at
shit. You
work.
know what I'm
You
saying?
be on live when you get
who
home from
who you
work.
on the
Trying to be
phone with?
outside, and now
Who
you
you
on
on the
Exactly.
phone
live
with?
now.
Who you on the phone with? What's her
Exactly. You know
name?
what I mean?
Why do I
Hey,
hear a woman's voice?
What's her name?
I heard that shit 24/7. You know what I mean? Who you on the phone with? Who you on live with? She on the phone 24/7 from the time she wake up, the time she go to sleep. She on the fucking phone. You know what I mean? But you want to complain about what the fuck I'm doing when I come in the house and this and that, more live, this and that. Man, I ain't got time for that shit. Fuck on. I got time for that shit. So that's the reason why I got my own shit. I can hear, I can watch TV, I can turn that bitch up loud, turn the music on, come in this bitch, eat what the fuck I want.
Nigga said I could throw a party right now.
Big
Right
time, bro.
now. I can throw a
Bro,
party
Right
right now.
now.
I ain't
hey,
gotta worry about a motherfucking soul. I ain't gotta worry about that shit. I can jump in my car and go where the fuck I wanna go. Even one of the motherfuckers.
I'll
I ain't got
Airbnb.
time for
He
it.
like I'll Airbnb this shit next week.
Exactly.
man,
I ain't got time for it, you know what I mean? So all that shit that niggas going through it right now. Shit, I know it's gonna get cold. Niggas, you know what I mean? Niggas want some big booze. You know what I mean? Want me booed up right now. I'm good. While they going through their bullshit, you know what I mean? The motherfucker come and they go. Yeah, I'm good.
They
Shit.
come and they go.
Yeah, get your ass out here. Go home. I'll see you later. You
Wait,
ain't, you
what,
ain't,
honey? I gotta get off now.
you know what I mean?
Oh man.
you,
Oh
your
shucks.
ass ain't staying your ass in here tonight. I see you tomorrow. Shit, I gotta watch my shows and shit. My TV, my shows ready to come on next month too. Shit, better leave me the
He
fuck
better for
alone.
next month. You know
wait,
he's enjoying his singlehood.
what show you watch? What
He got
show?
a show lined up for
Chicago PD, Chicago
Oh yeah,
Fire. You know what I mean? Chicago Meds. Got FBI. You know what I'm saying? FBI Most Wanted. Got
Hey,
all the big shows. Great. Come on, yo.
Bruh, Twan, those shows just let me know you really be big. Twan really be chilling. Twan just
No, I
Yeah,
be
those
on.
are chilling
Yo,
shows. Yeah, those are
he
chilling.
really just be. It's like watching like some Texas rant, like some chill, like old school, just
Chill, old
chill.
school.
yo, I be on
Yeah.
some chill. Yo, listen, yo, I be on some chill shit. When I get off from work, I do my own routine every day. When I get off from work, I come in here, sit back, smoke one, cut like 2-3 hours, jump in the shower, go back to the couch, sit there and chill. You know what I'm saying? Until I'm ready to go lay down. I do this every day, and I was doing that. I was doing that when me and her was while me and her was together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that. I was coming out, long as the bills paid, you shouldn't be saying a motherfucking thing. You leave me the fuck alone. You know what I mean?
You're gonna have Najee out the chair by the
Just
end of
make
the
sure
broadcast.
I had something to eat. God damn, that's all I asked for. I ain't asking for shit else. Just make sure I got something to eat. That was the fucking problem. Man, fuck all that. I ain't got time for it. I paid all the fucking bills, nigga. What the fuck? The fuck out of here. Fuck that.
Wow. Alrighty
You know
then.
what I mean?
But I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have to go too.
Feed a
I'm like,
nigga. Damn.
I
Let
don't
a
know
nigga
where
eat
Twan got his
something.
damn second win
He
from.
said, you
This
ain't even leave
Negro
out
got
a bag of
energy like the
chips.
last 45 minutes of
Right.
this broadcast.
Bitch, you ain't leave out a bag of chips.
This,
Wait,
damn it, nigga got a bag. You
You
ain't
can't get it.
even went out this bitch and go work or nothing, bitch. Cook.
Yo,
no
man, phone.
no feelings. Is no feelings there?
Not even a
None.
little bit.
Shit.
Not,
Not
No,
even
I'm
a
just
little
saying. I'm just saying when we was together, bitch, cook. Do
bit.
something. Shit. The fuck?
He said these are not feelings. These are memories.
Yeah, these memories. That shit was, man, I tell you. I was
did
getting a
you?
meal. I was getting a meal every other day. Man, sometimes couple of days later, man, fuck all
yeah,
that.
I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna front in a relationship. A relationship could go bad, but once it start affecting the food process, the
Yeah,
plates of
man.
shit gets real when you messing with the food. Now it's like, all right.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I agree a gajillion% to that.
Once the
Yeah, man. I
food,
mean, cause I look, check this out, bro. I pay all the bills. You ain't working. You don't have to work. You get everything you want. You understand what I'm saying? If you need bread or whatever, you have a bank card to the account. You can go get the bread out, or you can use the bank card. I work 24/7. All I ask, make sure something on the stove.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you the big thing that I had to learn. People, you can give a person 99.999% of the things that they want, but if they don't get that 0.01%, they'll focus so much on that 0.01% that you're not giving them that you'll
Yeah.
forget that you've done so much for them. But it'd be like that.
The 80-20 rule. You only remember the 20% of your disappointments, and you don't take consideration or thought to the 80% of enjoyment. Because
I mean, don't.
we expect 100% happiness. But however, in Twan's defense, you know I ain't gonna do this often, right? Because I just like to play devil's advocate. But in Twan's defense, the least the woman could have done was gave him a meal so he could be energized to go back and work the next day.
Oh yeah, I know the food thing is rich, bro. The food thing is,
You
they
know,
say
that's
the
like,
best way to
yo,
a man's heart is
that's
to
a
the
slap
stomach.
in the face. You know, that's a slap in the face. I go out there and I bust my ass every day. We go food shopping. Okay? You buy food with the money that I work for. And the only motherfucker in here that's eating is you? Where they do that at?
Twan's face right now. There's no.
I'm trying to figure out where the fuck they do that at. Cause I was waiting on somebody to answer that. I was waiting on somebody to answer that
now
because
I
I
ain't
was
gonna
trying to
front.
figure the fuck out
Yo,
where the
listen.
fuck they do that at.
Listen, I'll say this much. That feeling, and every man has experienced this once. That feeling of you coming home from work and you don't smell nothing, but you like, well, she cleaned up, she cleaned up the kitchen or whatever. The kitchen, everything is clean. And you look in the microwave, there's no plate in there. Then you go, let me check the stove. Then you go to the stove.
Oh, I did
You,
one of them numbers. I did
listen,
one of
when
them
there's
numbers
no
too.
plate in that
All I smell,
microwave and in
all,
that
all,
stove, yo, listen, your heart,
all I
you be like,
smell is
no,
the
the fuck
house
he
clean. That's all I
didn't.
smell
No, the
is the
fuck
house
he
clean.
didn't.
Where the fuck is the food at?
No, where the fuck is the food? We just spent $600 at BJ's, and I ain't got one
Right.
wing out this motherfucker. Like, yeah.
Okay, can we save this for next week's topic?
I mean, we definitely can say this for next week's topic. You know what I mean? But I was just wondering. You know what I mean? Where this shit at? We
and then
got
and then
food.
hold on. And then when you go in the room, she in the bed sleeping all nice. Like, nigga, what's wrong
Right.
with you?
You know what I mean? You all curled up in the
You
bed
all
and shit
curled up
all on
and
the
shit,
phone and
AC
shit.
blowing, you got all the blankets under you. What the fuck is going on?
Right. You know what I mean? I remember one time I came home from work and shit. I was tired as motherfucker, feet hurt like a motherfucker, all the fucking routes I was doing.
Effing,
I
effing,
come in a,
effing,
I come in a fucking house, lights out, everybody laid back, kids laid back. I'm like, what the fuck going on? I don't smell no food in this motherfucker. I'm like, hold up. I might be tripping.
She didn't leave the food out on a plate. I ain't gonna front. That's a
Was
heartbreaking
the
moment.
shit out, nigga. I had to go in this motherfucking refrigerator and get some bologna and cheese. I was mad as motherfucker. Nigga, never again. Hey, never again. No, fuck no. I swear to God, nigga, I would wait. This time I waited 5 years before I wanted to get married to Shorty. I ain't doing that shit no more. Fuck all. I'm not waiting nothing. Fuck all. I'm not doing it no more. Never mind.
He
I
said he ain't
even gonna
going
say it.
hungry no more. He tired of going hungry.
Man,
Hungry and his feet
it's
hurt.
hard. It's hard to find a woman, you know what I mean, that's on that same plan that's going to take care of a man. You know what I mean, like she's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to find a woman like that. All these women out here, half of these women out here these days, you know what they out here for? They looking at Megan Thee Stallion and all them motherfuckers out here shaking their booty.
That
That's what
booty.
they doing.
Booty.
You know what I mean?
Shaking that
And on,
booty.
on Instagram talking about, you know what I mean, OnlyFans and shit like that. That's what they doing. They don't want no good niggas. I keep seeing all this shit on Instagram.
Yo,
People,
he got me laughing
I
so
need this,
hard.
I need that.
Man, my cheeks are hurting.
Yo, he got me
Hey,
laughing so hard.
What's up,
Oh,
look
he'll
at
be
that.
back.
what happened?
Oh,
His phone might have died or something.
damn, that's crazy. Twan, it's crazy because Twan started off so like, I'm like, what, Twan, you all right? Now, I don't know what, I don't know if it was we up, I don't know if it was heavy on. We talked about it's a topic about it just.
I think it was the topic that lit fire under his booty.
Under his booty. He said, fuck that, burn the whole village down. I don't give a damn who outside. Burn it down. Burn every building down.
Man.
Oh my God.
Oh well.
Yeah. This next
Hey, I'm
week.
gonna have to.
This
I'm
next
gonna have to
week-
go though. This is long.
Yeah,
Yo.
it's past my bedtime.
I gotta take care of some things. But yo, thank you for having me up on
Oh,
there.
yeah,
wait.
appreciate you for coming.
Oops, sorry. My bad. Twan is back. He got to do the outro.
Oh, okay.
But no,
Yeah, Twan.
I never do that shit again. That's one. Fuck that marriage shit.
We upset. I'm
that
done.
shit. But we gonna talk about this shit next week.
Mhm.
It was a good show tonight.
Definitely.
Everybody came out, showed out or whatever. Yeah. Thank you to the two guests that came in. And we'll see y'all next week. I'm Twan. You can catch me on IG and on Facebook. So, Najee, good.
Oh yeah, I'm Najee. Make sure y'all follow me on IG at _Najee27 and on TikTok, Facebook. Follow me at Dealing with Najee. Again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, commenting. The comments were jumping. I appreciate the two guests that came on, made the show that much more fun. So it's always fun. It's always dope. Thank you, Trinity, for these amazing topics. Thank you, Twan, for perking up and coming back. I'm like, what? Twan, all right? He came back, so I appreciate it. And yeah, I appreciate everybody who tuned in and was commenting. I trust that y'all enjoyed the show.
Twan came back and left my damn jaws hurting. Jesus Christ, I'm tired of talking now because my mouth, my cheeks are numb. But yeah, today was really a good turnout. You know, it was just as I expected it to be magically delicious. I really did. I put that out there, so I'm taking credit because I'm a girl, Craig. That's what we do. Okay. With that said, you can find me my alter ego Trinity at n_d_Trinity on Instagram. And you can find us all on Facebook and on Instagram at Hizzy and Her Yang Media TV. With that said, I do want to thank everybody that was active into the comments. I want to thank everybody who gave those thumbs up. If you haven't, you still have time now. Get those thumbs up. I already know how many people are in here. I'm watching you with all four of my eyes. So we will speed back here next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Until then, in between time, in the meantime, y'all already know what to do. What should they do, Naj?
Stay magically delicious and spiritually redefined.
My
And
boy.
see us next week. So be there. Meet us there. Don't meet us there. Meet us.
There we
I
go.
like that. Later, guys.
Peace.